Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the McDonCast, the funnest podcast in town. Woo!
You guys know what time it is? It's gamer time. Oh yeah.
That is not allowed.
That is never.
Nope, that's my thing now. I didn't get a bit before. I got a bit now. Okay.
Your bit before was just that no one was listening.
I can mute him in
Well,
post.
yeah, but that wasn't much of a bit. It was just more of you guys not listening to me. So.
No, that was funny. Max,
Not to me.
Go back to not being listened.
Alrighty, guys. We are starting. Actually, let's get a brief rundown of everything today. So we got our Stranger Things review. Finally, Patrick's not here. He probably didn't finish it.
He's at the
We gotta
National
review it.
Trombone Festival this week.
We got to review it. It's been like 2 weeks since it came out now, and this is going to be uploaded a week after today. So we got to review it. We got our Marvel Phase 4 rankings in. We got Last of Us Part 1 news, Bayonetta 3 news, Emmys news, Ironheart news. We got Sony news. We got Thor news. That's it. That's the news. We got lots of newses today. We got so many things to talk about. Not really that many things.
And we're going to rank Phase 4 so far.
So far, everything that has been revealed to the Marvel universe thus far in Phase 4
This phase that is twice the length of any of the other ones,
by
but
hour.
has all come out over the span of a year. 6 movies in 1 year was a very good idea.
Yes, we are not overwhelmed with
That is
content
not
at all.
oversaturating the market at all.
That definitely did not destroy the brains of everyone trying to keep up with it. All right, starting things off strong with our Stranger Things Season 4 Volume 2 review. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember 80% of what happened in this 4-hour long movie that they released and called an episode.
No, okay. So this was obviously supposed to be 3 episodes, right?
Yes.
There's halfway through episode 9, there's a point where it ends, that episode would have ended.
It fades to black and then it just keeps
and
going.
then it just keeps going.
Yeah.
There's an obvious point where they
Right, okay, so let's just
stuck
start
them
things
together.
off right off the bat. Spoilers for Stranger Things Season 4
You've already
Part
watched
2.
it at this point.
You've already watched it. Literally everyone has watched it. Yeah, so when Papa dies, it literally fades to black and then fades back to normal and keeps going.
I'm not talking about that. There's a part in episode 9 where 11 has just infiltrated Max's brain.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks up and there's a big misty cloud coming in, and then it stop and they put in the dramatic sound effect and cut to black, and then they cut back to Lucas, but that part starts as if it was the next episode.
Yeah.
Where it starts with an establishing shot, and then it starts a few seconds before we last left off to keep the audience up, and they put in that little whoosh sound effect that they put in at the start of every episode whenever they're remember this thing, and they go and then we're back to this. They literally, it's starts as if it was a whole nother episode, but it's just stuck together with this one. I don't know why they didn't cut it into 10. It makes no sense.
I think they literally number 1, 9. That's not a number that things go to. It's obviously meant to be 10.
Well, season 2 went to 9, but season 2 also had a backdoor pilot crammed into it.
Yeah. Season 2 was weird. Yeah, this should have just been 10 episodes. They clearly only did it so people could be like, what? 10 episodes how long?
Yeah.
Just to get people on Twitter to talk about it.
You cut... Because this was the episode 9 was 220.
Yeah.
So... if they cut that into 110 and 110,
that's fine.
They would have had 10 total episodes, and then they could have, instead of 7 and 2, they could have done 5 and 5, and that would have made much more sense as an even distribution of the show.
But no, they wanted to be wacky.
They wanted a 2-hour and 20-minute season finale, aka Stranger Things the movie.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the actual content of the last 2 episodes. The first one, I honestly barely remember. I know they break Elle out of Papa jail, and then they go to a pizza restaurant. Is that everything that happens in that episode? I don't remember a single other thing.
More Hopper stuff happens.
None of that counts.
More of the useless Russia plotline.
And then the others Are like planning to go kill
That
Michael.
lasted literally the entire
Hopper's
season.
fun Russia torture adventure.
That was a horrible decision to make.
And I like
Why
how
did they do that?
The only reason he was there so he could kill the. We're already doing spoilers, right?
Yeah.
So he could like help the kids by killing the
No,
Demogorgon.
Even though they
he
kind of just made that up.
barely
Just so,
helped.
They added
Yeah.
that after the fact.
They were
That
like,
was obviously
well, it's all connected.
because they have to
so-
do the formula, right?
Mhm.
The formula is everyone works together to fight the big thing at the end.
Yeah.
But like,
They can't because they're
he
in
was
Russia.
so uninvolved in everything, where they were just like, if he punches the Demogorgon, it hurts back to I don't know.
Yeah.
But which also doesn't make a whole lot of sense because it's established in these 2 episodes that he's not like from there.
hmm
So why is he hurt by that?
Maybe
But
he's just
anyway.
been there so long that now he's
No.
part of it. I don't know.
Episode 8, the big thing in that episode was that they killed off Brenner, aka Papa. But
I forgot he had a real name.
yeah, but like they treat it as like you're supposed to be sad at his death,
But he's like literally sucks.
but he sucks.
It's the Billy thing again.
Yeah. But this time
They
they, don't
kill
even
off-
try to have a
They
redemption.
kill off an evil. No, because he like kind of sort of saves him at the very end.
Doesn't he jump in front of a bullet or
No,
something?
he deactivates the collar so that
Oh,
Elle can
wow, thank
destroy the
you.
helicopter.
Oh, you know who put the collar on her, though?
Exactly. No, that's the same exact thing that happened with Billy. They took a character who was absolutely irredeemable,
Yeah.
had them do one kind of, sort of, maybe nice thing at the end.
One thing where he keeps someone from dying because of a problem that he caused.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, I mean, yeah, he's dead, but also he sucks, so,
Yeah.
oh well.
And then the rest of that plot line doesn't. I'm assuming it will in season 5, but the rest of that plot line doesn't even have an effect in the next episode where the military's chasing them. Like they just
Well, because the
let
military
them,
was chasing them before.
but like the military just lets them go at the end of that episode, and then they don't come back in the next.
Well, it doesn't
episode.
really let them go so much as they get, like, their helicopters
escape.
destroyed.
They escape, but then that general guy doesn't.
Yeah,
like,
he just
come back.
watches them leave and
He
is like,
watches
oh,
them leave, and then they don't even
gosh
show up.
dang it, there's no way our military trucks can go faster than a pizza van. How on earth does that thing still have gas?
That pizza van?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
They were driving in the desert for
We see-
literal days.
We see them stop for gas after that whole
yeah,
scene.
after. But before then, they were driving in the desert for like 3 days.
Yeah, there was. Well, maybe there was a gas. I don't know.
In the middle of the desert.
Who cares? Well, would you really? What if? Because you know how they weren't in episode 7 at all.
Yeah.
They should have just had an insert scene where it's
We'll
just
just
them
assume
stopping
off
for
screen
gas.
in that episode they were getting
Yeah,
gas.
they were off.
Yeah.
that whole episode. That was their contribution.
Yeah.
They were at a 7-Eleven. But also okay. Episode 9 is obviously where everything happens.
Mhm.
Literally everything. It's all crammed in. It's mostly just a really, really long fight scene of like 7 different fight scenes.
Mhm.
We get the teenagers in the Upside Down. We get Dustin and Eddie fighting bats for almost no reason.
Literally no. Like what are the bats?
I
The
get
bats were literally never there until this
They're
season.
the demo bats.
They never even call them that. That's we
do,
only know
they
that.
do
well-
one time in the last episode.
But like the Upside Down, it's like it's changed so much. It's supposedly stuck in that one day in 1983, but like from
Well,
season
no, I
1,
think the buildings, like, it's not stuck there. It's just that's when everything spawned in,
and then
so
it-
no one has moved it since then.
Yeah.
So obviously it looks like
that's what I'm
that
saying.
day.
But anyway, but like the Upside Down itself has like changed
Yeah.
from like when they went in season 1 until now. Like in season 1, it's like a barren, dark wasteland. But like when they get to this season, it's like brighter, and there's like big lightning strikes all the time, and
Because
there's a
more,
million things.
it has to be
screaming.
better lit so that they can
Yeah, so
do
that they
stuff
can
there.
walk around in it.
That and in the first season they have to wear like hazmat suits to go in there.
I think they established that they were just like you can breathe it in there, but they're just like they were just wearing those as like a
Like a
no, they
precaution.
said it was like toxic if you're in there too long.
Even though Will was in there for like I think
What was
a
in there
week
for
or
like
two,
a week?
He almost
and
died.
was like basically
Well,
fine. I mean, he was
He was
a little
kind of being like
he was a little shaken up, but he
Which-
was
okay.
okay.
I mean, he was
I-
like 12 years old, so that would make
most
sense.
of the things I have to say about this are things I'm like predictions for the next
Mhm.
season. So just to throw it out real quick, I think season 5, one of the things they're gonna, because they've already been teasing that it's like Will's gonna be a big part of it,
Mhm.
which I doubt. I mostly just think they're doing that to like
Give him a purpose.
to like feed fans who are like, but Will didn't do anything ever, and they're like,
Mhm.
oh, but don't worry.
He will next time.
Yeah,
But
then
he
after
likes
that,
Mike.
that was his big scene in this.
Ooh.
I did think that was funny. That scene where he's like crying and giving like this big emotional speech and
About
Mike's
how
just
he's
like,
the leader.
And then
Yeah, yeah,
Mike's just like,
Oh yeah, you're right.
and he's like,
Yeah.
and then he's like,
Yeah.
He's like, you're right. My
Also-
girlfriend does think all those.
Also,
things.
I like when Mike is like talking to 11 to like motivate her, and he's like, "My life started when I found you. That was the day that Will went missing." It's like, oh,
It's no like that and what's it like? Will's giving this big speech like 11 thinks this about you. 11
Yeah,
thinks this about you, and it clearly he's like
it's him.
it's his.
when 11
thoughts.
played
Yeah.
D&D with you, and we talked. Oh,
I mean, yeah. So that was a. I mean, I don't have anything. I'm not really criticizing. That scene was fine.
I just
think
didn't
it's
think it was. I just thought it was funny that character like
how like stilted as
Yeah.
the character is that he's like doesn't get
Mike
that.
as a character has just become like so like personalityless.
Yeah.
He's just like like that's what Finn Wolfhard kind of plays in everything now. Because like early on in the first season, he's like really rambunctious, and then by like season 3, he was like had a little bit of personality, but it was mostly just complaining.
Yeah.
At this point, he's just like
He
stationary.
just begrudgingly goes along
He
with
just like
whatever's happening.
follows people around.
Mike
and, like,
ju-
doesn't really say anything.
Mike just goes, 11, I love you, guys. What are we gonna do?
I want to eat the pineapple
then-
pizza.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan and Will go, guys, I have a plan.
But first, let's smoke weed.
Dude, first, drugs, my
but,
guy.
like, it's so weird that like half of this characters they have just have no purpose for this entire season.
They just don't have anything to do.
It's like they don't even break 11 out. She escapes herself. They're just there to pick her up.
They just pick her up, which arguably Argyle could have done by himself. Now he wouldn't have because he wouldn't
but
have
he
done
finds
anything.
the base.
Yeah.
He could have done that on his own.
Yeah.
Will and Mike and Jonathan literally did nothing. And he also suggests they go to the pizza restaurant to do the...
The thing, because
Jonathan and Mike and Will literally do
Argyle
nothing.
actually carries the
Argyle
whole thing.
actually carries that team, and that team barely accomplishes anything.
Yeah.
But
That and Argyle went from being absolutely completely worthless to the most important character on their team over the course of like 2 hours.
do you think
Yeah,
he's
in the
coming
first
back?
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
But he'll get killed
be
off in
friends with
season
Jonathan.
5.
No. They'll introduce a different likable character and then
He's
kill him
too
off. at the
funny.
end.
He's too goofy.
No, but people like him.
But he's the only comic relief.
No, but he's
That's
like
fine.
Steve.
Kill him.
No. He's like Steve, where it's like people. He's a fan favorite,
Nah,
but they're not
Steve's-
gonna kill him off.
Steve's like the most fan favorite of all
Yeah.
the characters.
Yeah,
Because he's the most likable character.
Because he's the best actor.
because he just yeah.
Because Joe Keery just has actual charisma, and
Yeah.
most of the rest of them don't. But no.
And Nancy goes, "Oh no, guys, I'm feeling real bad about this."
This show has always
Shotgun.
this has always been a show driven by like this. It would not be as popular as it is unless they like didn't hit it out of the park with like literally every casting decision.
Yeah.
Like whoever the casting director is for the show is like the real hero
the real
of this
MVP
thing.
of this entire
Yeah,
series.
because like otherwise none of this would work.
Because Gaten Matarazzo is basically just
Because
the character
they
that he
completely
plays.
lucked out. They just found like every single most likable person they could find.
Yeah. No, was it the honest trailer for season 4 of Stranger Things came out I think a few hours ago. And one of the things was like the show that you wouldn't keep watching if you didn't have a parasocial relationship with half the cast.
Yeah, I mean like
It's like yeah.
literally that's what drives the show.
Yeah.
It's just the fact, which the big thing in the end of this season was that they kill off Eddie, the
Yeah.
character they have introduced this season.
Mm-hmm.
Was very liked by all of the fans. Had almost zero flaws as a character,
Mm-hmm.
and then they kill off at the end of the show.
Oh, and like his thing was like, "I didn't run away this time,ch which is like, oh,
But you
okay.
didn't.
But I didn't
But you
realize that
didn't
he
run away
like,
before either, so
like I didn't realize that was his thing before. So I was just like, what?
Yeah,
could've-
like what did he run away from before?
Chrissy?
Oh, that was the thing. Yeah,
Like
he
there was
ran away.
there was the Chrissy thing,
but like he couldn't have stopped that.
yeah, he would have gone to jail if he stayed
What
there.
was he
and
gonna
probably
do
been
there?
like accused of murder.
Yeah.
So I mean
That was just really dumb. And then he didn't even when he died, he did it like just for no reason.
Yeah,
he
like,
just
he
went
didn't
over there
have
for
to
no
do that.
reason.
Like,
Because if the bats are attracted to
if he
sound,
if he stayed and fought the bats
At that
to
same
defend
place.
someone from something,
Yeah.
like,
or anything,
No, but,
okay, like,
that would
I
have
think
been
what
a
they
lot more
should have
meaningful.
done- what
But
they
instead,
should
he
have
just
done-
ran off into the
he
road
shoves
and dies for no
He
reason.
shoves Dustin into the portal, and then he goes.
yeah.
Like, and he just runs somewhere else and then decides to fight, like, at a different place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is that helping with?
And also, if he had fought like there, then Dustin might have been able to like
They should have
help
had
him.
a bit where, like, Dustin gets hurt. And
Yeah,
then he
that's
has
what
to,
I-
like,
He
That's
has
what
to
they should
defend
have
him.
done.
get
Yeah.
him away from him.
Is Dustin
But, like,
should have
no,
gotten,
Dustin,
like, bit or something.
leaves, and then he runs away, and then Dustin comes back.
Yeah,
So
And Dustin
dumb.
hurts himself coming
back. So that was just really dumb.
And Eddie had speakers in his like trailer. He could have just played loud music,
Yeah,
and it would
'Cause
have
they
done
were,
the same
hunkered down
thing.
in the trailer, like, pretty good.
except
they
for the
didn't even-
vents, they didn't like they got in through the vents.
It was like 2 vents.
But, like, still, you could have just waited that out for...
Yeah.
Because, like,
or you could have just
Why didn't they use
plugged into
fire?
the speakers and then moved them like
Yeah.
as far as you could
Why
while
didn't
keeping
they
them
just-
plugged in.
cover the trailer in gasoline, and then just hop in the portal, and
And
after
torch
the
the
bats
whole
are there,
thing.
just throw the thing on fire, just kill all
Well,
the
because I
bats.
think they were planning on getting out from like everyone else was going to get out through there.
Oh, that's true. There's other places they
Which
can
then,
get out.
like, why would you want to attract all the bats to your one point of exit?
Yeah, then maybe, like, make your stronghold somewhere else that isn't at your one way to get home.
Yeah,
Or like use fire at all. Like when he's like, why don't they have like torches? Like you just do what Hopper did. Just wrap some cloth around a
Yeah,
stick
light it on
thing.
fire
and light it
just
on
wave at
fire,
them.
Yeah.
and they can't do anything. Like
instead of a
he
bat
just died
and a
for no
lid
reason.
with nails in it.
Part of that whole storyline is the bit where they go to the military surplus store, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And they like try to do this commentary of like all these redneck rubes buying guns as this group of characters is going to this place to buy guns for a
And then do
justifiable
illegal
reason,
modifications to those guns.
for justifiable reasons. It's like, wow, you're really making an argument here. It's
It
like
was kind of weird.
it's like, wow, you people shouldn't be buying these guns. Buy his gun. It's like it's like immediately.
Yeah, it was kind of.
I
it
think
was
if
really
I
kind of weird and hypocritical
Yeah.
that they tried to throw that in there.
I think if I lived in a town where people started mysteriously dying and there was history of weird, gross
Demons
monsters
and
attacking
witchcraft and
people,
monsters or
I think
whatever.
I'd buy a gun. Yeah.
I'd probably be buying some shotguns too.
I can
I don't
see
think
why they
that's
would
that
want to do
far-fetched.
that.
Yeah.
Then so let's see. We have I think 5 different groups simultaneously going in the final episode.
Yeah.
And then Lucas and Max's job is just to like sit there.
To distract Vecna, basically.
Lucas's job is to cry, and Max's job is to have a mind fight with Vecna.
Well, at least Lucas gets like the other bully shows up. And
He-
gets to
and he
fight him.
fights him,
There's
yeah.
a reason he's there.
I like when
The worst character.
That character, I hate the bully character so much.
yeah, it's so dumb.
It's
Honestly, like I don't blame like his motivations
the
make
idea
sense.
made sense, but it's like no one would go to that extent.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you saw that, you wouldn't be
Also-
like, "Oh, this is that guy. This teenager did."
I
it."
also like
Yeah.
how they just left one of the guys in the car and he just sat there the entire time. Because one of the guys goes after Erica, and then Jason goes after Lucas, and there's just like another guy in the car.
He was waiting.
The
it out.
getaway driver.
No, but that character gets ripped in half.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
bully man.
Just
Which,
kind of like really
I don't
quick.
know if that was wholly justified. Like,
Yeah.
It undermined a little bit of what they were trying to go for.
yeah,
I guess it wasn't anyone's fault other than like Vecna, though.
But I
Like-
felt like they were like the whole season they were like trying to build him up as like a
a villain.
he's a villain, but like he's not like evil.
He
He's
just-
just doing what he thinks is right.
Yeah.
But then at the end they kill him as if he's like just like this sadistic. Like they rip him in half and they're like, "Look, we killed him." It's like,
Well, he also does. You know, he goes a little crazy. Tries to kill Lucas for
but again, the whole-
reasons
But
that
I mean,
don't really
like
make sense.
he sees Max with like her white eyes like staring up at
But-
the ceiling, and Lucas just standing there. Like, if you walked in on that, like,
You'd
what's
probably
going
react the
on?
same way,
You know?
yeah.
comparing that to like Billy, who was just like bad just because he was bad.
Yeah.
Like he was like abused, but like most of what he was doing was just mean for the sake
yeah,
of mean.
like he was the character that Billy should have been.
Yeah.
But I mean, they still kill him off, and
They kill them both, but like his is more like matter of fact.
yeah,
When they kill him off, it's just like, look, we ripped him in half and he's dead now.
it's like, oh,
Cool.
okay,
Great.
I guess Rip. Did he have a name? Blonde bully kid.
What-
I
what-
guess
did he
he's
have a
dead.
name? Was his
Jason.
name like Jay?
It was Jason.
I thought it was like James or something.
Thought it was blonde.
I only
bully
know that
guy.
because people on TikTok hate him for because he's
No,
bad
but,
guy.
So also in these final episodes, 11 and Vecna have a big psychic fight. How do the psychic
was really
powers
lame.
work when you're in someone else's brain?
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I guess
I get the projection thing.
so. Here's how
But
I
physically like moving
think it
objects
works.
around.
I think because they're in her brain
Mhm.
and she's only ever lived in the real world, the
Mhm.
physics in her brain work the same way as they would in the real world,
Makes
since
a little bit
she's
of
never
sense.
experienced anything other than that. We can assume the rules would still apply, be it they're able to be modified by the brain-powered people that exist.
And she can go to
as
different
well.
places where she thinks, because
Yeah.
she like goes to the snowball. Also, I like so 11 comes to help fight Vecna, and like she gets thrown into the wall
Mhm.
by Vecna, and Max goes up and tries to like hit Vecna, but from behind and just gets like destroyed. I'm like, what were you gonna do? Like whack him on the head
Trying
while
to
he's in
help.
mind form? Like, I don't know. It was just dumb.
And why didn't she just imagine a gun?
Or
Yeah,
like,
is that how it works?
or like imagine that she's just like God.
Like I don't know if you could go to that extent, but like if she can imagine a different place,
Yeah, you probably should
could she have
a gun.
imagined a different place, but there's a gun on the table?
It's just like a burning building.
Yeah.
That would've killed Vecna pretty good.
So why didn't Nancy, Steve, and Robin just burn down the whole
That part
house?
is what angered me the most. Was that whole thing? So their plan like initially works. Like they get to him and they like light him on fire and they're like shooting at him.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, Nancy fires like 5 different shots from her shotgun without reloading a single time. But she fires like 500 shots at her shotgun, like in the shoulder
Yeah.
at him. And I'm like, dude, go for the head. That's where you
Or
hit
Steve
him.
had an
Well, but
axe.
again, it is
just
a sawed-off shotgun, so it's
Okay.
not. She can't really.
All right,
aim.
fine. But if you're not accurate enough to do that, maybe you're at point blank.
Yeah.
Right. Steve is sitting right here with a big axe.
Yeah, they were- Robin and
he
Steve were just
doesn't
like-
use it. He's just like a
Okay,
Mortal Kombat character.
I'm confused as to why they
Oba.
brought the axe at all. Because let's say the guy's on fire now.
Uh-huh.
You don't really want to get close to the guy who's on fire because he's on fire.
Well, that's why the axe is long enough. We can just like get at a
Or
good
and
just
you know,
throw it at
Nancy's
him.
kind of bloodlusted, going cuckoo with the shotgun, so you can't really get close to him. So then, why even bother bringing the axe at all? Why not bring extra Molotovs?
Or
Also, I like how
Just
every
real
single
quick.
season, one of Nancy, I think every season, Nancy just has a gun.
Because they got to do the
And that's
two
her
girl
only
has
thing.
gun.
that's fine. I do like that they like carry that through. They do establish that in season 1.
But like that's her only
that-
thing.
Well, what else is she gonna use? If you're good with a
I don't
gun
know.
and you're fighting a monster, you're not gonna.
But
bring
she's
a
not that
tuba.
good with guns.
She's good enough.
When has she killed
She's
any
more
monster
she's
with a
showing to
gun?
be more
No,
accurate than
It's
the
not
other
that
characters.
It's not that. We know she is skilled with guns. We see that in season 1.
Yeah, they established that.
The
early
reason
on.
why the guns don't usually work is because they're fighting monsters that are usually either bulletproof or strong enough to
Except
resist.
for the Demogorgons, which they just nerfed entirely. and
Yeah,
could be
no, it
killed
was so
very easily
strong.
with a sword.
And then
Well,
they
but
just
only
like-
after they set him on
Also,
fire, though.
also, I like how the Hopper was like standing next to the like face to face with the Demogorgon, and then he just looks to his right. Oh, here's this mythical looking sword that's
Yeah,
super
so-
sharp.
Apparently, I don't remember where I saw this from. The D&D quest thing that Vecna is from. Apparently, he's not a homebrew character. They pretended he was for the show, but he just isn't.
What do you mean?
Like he's a character from
yeah,
a
he's
like
from
a D&D campaign
Oh,
that's
like,
made by
he
D&D.
isn't a character used.
He's not
Like,
made
he's
up.
specifically for
Homebrew
one
just
Yeah,
means,
he's
like,
from
Okay.
a thing.
Yeah.
The sword that he picks up is the sword from that thing that is like destined to defeat him or whatever.
But
That's
just
why
a-
it's like a
But then he just
super
chops up the
mythical
Demogorgon.
looking sword
Yeah, no,
that's
I was
just
like-
laying on the ground.
I was like,
there.
oh, that's just
But
in the
that's-
prison.
They didn't use that to kill Vecna, though.
No, but it's from the
they
thing.
use it.
They didn't use it to kill Vecna, but
That's
that's
like
what
a
it's
weird reference to try to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work.
And
That
now
whole
we know
Russia
why the
storyline
sword is
doesn't
there,
really work.
because like when they were fighting it before, they had that armory of like crappy
Yeah,
weapons.
we know why they have it.
That's
But
why the
it's-
sword was on the
But
ground.
it's
But
like it's weird that they.
it's
tried
weird
to-
how ornate that sword is
Oh,
compared
it-
to all the other weapons.
Yeah.
It's just weird that you would try to work that reference into that scenario, which doesn't even really like apply to that sword in the first place.
Yeah.
But anyway, most of this episode is a big climactic showdown where our main characters lose, which is a first.
Not really.
Yeah, they definitely do.
No, they do.
They
the
never
thing,
really win.
They do the thing where the first plan never works out, but then actually it does. You just gotta wait a minute.
Well, because like the big portal's open, like his plan goes through and he survives, and Max dies for a second, but 11 apparently has the power to
Also,
11
like
can
how
just bring people back to
bring
life.
back
11
from the dead, which is my least favorite thing, because now the stakes are way lower.
She just has Rey Skywalker
no,
powers
and
now.
11 just sat there for like a minute and a half, just like, and then she was like, "Oh,
Oh wait, no, I can heal you.
all
though.
right, I can just do that."
No,
Like she could have like
She-
fixed her bones or
she
whatever.
remember the one episode where they were friends,
Mhm.
and then she used the power of love to bring her back to life. The power
Sort
love
of,
and
maybe,
friendship.
except for her brain's not back. I'll explain that in a minute because
Yeah,
I
no.
know exactly
No.
what they're doing with that.
I saw an interview with the Duffer Brothers, and they were like, "That coma thing is gonna play a really important part." And
I
was
wonder
like,
if she's
Oh,
trapped
you're
in the
stealing
upside
the
down.
Flash season 5 ending. Oh no.
I wonder if like it's connected to the upside down. That wouldn't be one of the. No.
But anyway, we also get we sort of get an explanation to what a little bit of what the upside down is, more specifically what the mind flayer is.
Yeah,
We now
Kind
know
of.
that was
a
He,
monster
like, shaped
created
it.
by Vecna.
cloud of dust that one just kind of shaped into a big spider monster.
Although it doesn't make a lot of sense because
Because
like,
he loves spiders.
Retconned it to be a spider,
Was
even
it-
though it clearly
Yeah.
is not a spider.
was it just this living dust that was just floating there for
Yes.
like forever?
Yes,
Yes.
And he was like, spider.
Yeah. No, that's literally
So
exactly
dumb.
what
that's
happened.
exactly what they say happened. But,
Which further reinforces my point that he's doing all of this just because he thinks spiders are cool.
that is kind of his motivation. His
No, and then they-
motivation is spiders cool, people lame, time to do a genocide.
I like how he was just like his little self was just drawing an identical version of the big dust monster.
Maybe it's because he
Which
created
no,
the
I
big
get that he
dust
shaped it,
monster.
like that makes sense, but like it's like everything's identical, and then it's like, oh, I guess he's just
Well,
hoping that he comes across
he
a
he
big
did
dust.
the drawing, and then he also did the real thing. They'd probably look
Also,
pretty
time
similar.
travel is going to be a thing in the next season.
You think so?
I think the Duffer
No,
Brothers
they
or
don't
someone
do time travel.
involved in the creative process so that was going to be involved in the next season.
I don't think
Like
they'll do
they're gonna
travel.
work. How is that gonna work?
Well, how do you think they're going to undo the giant chasm of doom that's now opened up in Hawkins?
11's gonna scream really loud.
She's not strong enough to scream really loud and close it.
Stick her arms out like this.
She was barely able to close like the little hole. She can't close a whole town.
No, but she's
She'll
stronger
level up.
now.
She'll level up.
Or you can just time travel,
No, it's whatever they.
No, they
kill,
won't
they'll
time
kill
travel.
Vecna and they'll just like close for no
or that,
reason.
or maybe they'll purify it, and then the Upside Down will just coexist, and it'll basically be the
They'll
exact
just
same.
be the
thing.
same place.
Yeah, they'll just be two.
Yeah. So again, most of what I have to say is like what they're gonna do with season 5. They've said they're gonna do a time jump, but I think that was probably a misdirect because they said that they said that before this aired, and after how this ends, I don't think there's going to be a time jump, just because.
They could do a time jump in sort of the same style as like Army of the Dead, where like there's just now like a wall around Hawkins, and like
No, they won't. You gotta pick. You have to pick up right where this leaves off.
but they might have to time jump also because all of the kids are like gonna be 20 in the next.
That is
season.
their main problem.
Yeah.
At this
Well,
point,
they're like 20 now.
they
right?
already look old now. They're
Yeah.
going to look older.
That's
but
the-
they've already passed the point where they realistically.
Most of
look
them will
the
be
age
old
they're
enough
supposed
to
be.
drink by the time the next season comes out.
Yeah, but anyway, no. What I'm saying is like, if they do a time jump, they're gonna have to spend a lot of the early period filling in
The gap.
what happened in that
Yeah.
period anyway. So there wouldn't really be a point in one because you'd be spending the same.
Or
amount
they,
of time.
you know that what's that one director with the like the U-shaped timeline, and he's like, you do a scene here, 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 and then you end with the climax where it's like the middle point.
What?
They might do a thing where like it's flashing back and forth between,
I think that'd be too much.
and then
Oh,
it
no,
ends
don't
with
do that.
some inciting
I think
action.
5 is mostly gonna be a straightforward deal. They've already said it's going to be shorter.
I think they'll do what they
Yeah.
did with season 1 and season 2 and just have it
And
kind of take place directly.
they have many less questions to answer than they did with this season, and we already have a pretty good idea of where everyone is and where everyone's going.
Yeah,
Like,
and now
we
everyone's together again.
now everyone's back in the same place. We have an obvious objective to complete. We know pretty much everything we need to know about the Upside Down, except for one major thing, which they said is going to be part of the focus.
yeah.
Joyce and Hopper are
We have all
together
the couple-
now.
We've
We got all the couples.
We've removed one couple and turned it back into a love triangle again for no reason.
Because now, well, Robin. Okay, so
Robin has a
Robin.
love interest.
Well,
Sometimes
Robin
kinda.
maybe might have a partner. Who knows? Kind of. They were talking at the end of the season. Steve and Nancy are maybe a
Might be a
thing.
thing.
Because her and
maybe.
Jonathan aren't a thing anymore.
Jonathan just doesn't really
No,
seem
they're
to care.
Jonathan walked up and was just like, no.
Hey, are we
no, I can't
good?
get
And
my
she's like, yeah,
letter."
we're good. He's like, okay. And I'm like, okay, that was weird.
I feel like they don't know what to do with her.
I feel like
The obvious thing they should do is just have her go with neither of them, because she's not even really the best fit with either of them at this point.
well,
They're
okay.
gonna have to have one.
I think their problem is that
If we
Steve.
look at both of them as her only two potential options, right?
Yeah.
One of them started off literally stalking her, like taking pictures of her from like across the street,
which
like,
is
while she was
legitimately
changing.
weird.
Super weird.
Yep.
And like just generally being kind of creepy. But then she ends up dating him because he's like nicer than her other boyfriend, who is like beating people up in the alleyway and just generally has a lot of issues. He has now worked through
He is
most
now
of his
a
issues.
different
Yeah,
person.
okay.
He's
so-
not, like actually a chill, nice guy now. Jonathan has gotten worse and is now basically just a bummed out high dude most of the time.
He's basically just high
Jonathan's
Steve.
like a Friday the 13th character now.
Yeah, he's completely lost. He has lost the plot when it comes to his
All
own
sense of
personality.
motivation.
Yeah. So if you're Nancy, you see this guy who's worked through all his stuff, your current partner's actively getting worse in terms of being a functional human person. You know, it might be time to jump ship back to the other ship, which is now fixed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem is that Nancy has basically had almost no character progression at all, and Steve and Jonathan,
But that's fine,
Have
because she
kind of
started
had it.
off the most normal of the three anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, but I think they kind of left her in the dust. Well, Steve matured, and then Jonathan was just kind of like, he just like went all the way south. Just has nothing now. Basically, just
Yeah,
is
but
nothing.
like, that's a love triangle. Joyce and Hopper thing. I think that's
That's pretty
That's
sad.
That
pretty
was
much resolved.
that's kind of been a thing.
I think
for a while.
I think their thing in season 5 will mostly be like, oh no, my kids are gonna get hurt. Like they're just gonna spend the whole season doing that.
Where's my boy?
Mike and 11, that's kind of resolved a little bit,
I guess.
I don't see that going anywhere else.
but they don't have anything else for Mike to do except for like follow 11 around and
Go,
and
11,
give
you're
her big
the
emotional
best.
Speeches, so they're gonna.
You're great, 11. And
They'll
then she
con-
goes,
He's just her emotional support human.
Yeah, he'll just
Yeah.
keep doing that. Lucas is gonna spend the entire season either crying next to Max in a hospital bed, or after
I
she
think-
gets out of the hospital bed, helping her adjust to life as a blind
Mhm.
person, which will be her storyline for the entirety of next season.
Yeah.
Well, until the big mind fight happens. That's obviously what they're doing with her. Is she'll be blind because she's blind now, right? And so now you can have Sadie Sink play a blind person, and you get an award for that, and you can get an
I
Emmy.
think she's
No,
going to
you
be
only get
mostly
an award if
comed
you
for
are
like
blind.
the majority of the season.
yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
until
she'll
they have a big
big
mind
part.
fight.
Until the big
I
mind
think-
fight where she's already in Vecna's brain.
She'll be weakening him and holding him
So
back.
she'll be weakening him and holding him back
She'll-
from inside his brain.
She'll be
11 will
calamity
be able-
gammoning him.
11 will be able to like take advantage of her like holding Vecna back, and they'll be able to
They'll
defeat
use
Vecna.
power of friendship.
When they blow him up with the power of friendship, her brain will get freed out of Vecna's brain and go back into her
Uh-huh.
brain, and then she'll be blind and crippled, but otherwise fine.
I don't know if they'll make her crippled. 'Cause
No.
it-
Well, she can. Well, her bones are broken.
Yeah,
Her,
well, yeah,
like-
but bones can heal.
yeah, but like the
she
eye
might have
thing,
a limp or something.
The eye thing that you can't really.
Yeah, her eyes are kind of.
I don't know. I don't think-
They were pretty much exploded.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But anyway, so she'll be doing that.
And then what are our other characters? We have so many characters.
We have Argyle, which has
Argyle-
literally nothing
Argyle
Argyle
to
just
do
needs to be
now.
written off the show.
No, he will continue because they've written off all of the characters that were like sort of comedic before have now become serious.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
Steve and Dustin are pretty much the only ones that are
So he'll
semi-comedic.
remain the comedic relief.
Except Dustin's like all depressed now
Yeah.
because Eddie just died.
because Dustin's gonna spend most of the season sad,
hmm
and all of our other characters.
We still have Dustin's girlfriend.
She does
be in
nothing.
it.
She was
Probably.
barely.
Yeah,
She didn't
they'll
do
call her
anything in
once.
this
Yeah,
one.
they always
scene.
got to call her one time.
They'll be like,
she gets
"We
her
need you
one
to
call
hack."
per season.
So that actor can pay rent. But no, I do think we're gonna pick off almost immediately where after this left off, which they'll all age 2 years, but whatever.
Yeah.
it's only been canonically like a year and a half since season 1. They've all aged
They're
6
like
years.
Yeah.
So,
super.
whatever.
Oh,
anyway.
what grade were they in?
They were in like
First-
8th
At
grade.
the
I
start of
think.
the show, they were in 7th grade. The start of the show is
Because I thought that this season was their first year in high school.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
so
just starting out as
the first
freshmen.
Yeah.
season is November of 1983. Season 2 is October of 84, and then 3 is summer of 85, and this is spring of 86.
So they're in high school now.
They're in high school. Yeah, they're at the
So
end of
so
their
it's
freshman
been
year.
3 years then.
Almost.
Yeah. So
How old were they in real life at the in
At the
season
start of
They're
the
the
show,
same-
I think they were all.
they were
11,
in
12.
no, they were in
They were
and, like
little.
the characters.
no in real life.
No, in real life.
They would have been in
Yeah.
either 8th grade or high school when the show started.
They were like 13. They were like 12, 13.
Yeah, no, they were like because they're the same. They're in the same year as I am. So they would have been.
They're all, like-
they would have been either in high school like freshman or they would have
I
been
think they were
8th
all-
grade.
What was that? That was 26 summer of
2016.
So I think they filmed it in
Let's see.
late 2015.
So they would have. Yeah, they would have been 8th graders.
Yeah, they were
when
around
they
there.
started the show.
And I think Millie Bobby Brown's like a year or two younger than they are.
Yeah, she's 18 right now, I think.
Yeah, I think she turned 18 last year.
Something
Something
like that.
Uh,
And then yeah,
Drake
'cause-
knows.
Drake. Well,
Drake
as soon-
knows.
As soon as she did, he left.
Yeah.
Anyway, but season 5, I think it's season 5 is the focus is going to be they're going to rally a big. It'll be the whole like marketing campaign will be like Hawkins versus
War. It'll be
Upside.
War for Hawkins.
It'll be the war for Hawkins.
Yeah.
That will probably be at least. That'll be what the season finale is called. Series finale, the war for Hawkins.
And they'll have to do the thing where they get the whole town.
The whole town will
Hopper
rally.
leads the town into war
Yeah.
against, I guess, the bats. Whatever other mini See, they're not strong enough that they could all fight Demogorgons, but they could maybe fight Demodogs or like.
I don't know. The Demogorgons have been nerfed enough where they'll
Well,
probably.
we've
no, but
only
you still
seen
have
one.
you still have to apply.
There's
Keep
only
in mind, yeah, Hunter. Hopper relatively easily defeated that Demogorgon, but
Well, after he like flamed
that
it, though.
Demogorgon had been like flamethrowered, shot with a bunch of miniguns, like already set on fire twice. Like that
But the thing
Demogorgon
is,
was
there's
already on
only
its
been
last
one
leg.
Demogorgon the entire time.
Huh?
There's only been one Demogorgon the entire show.
No, there's been two.
No, because
they
the
killed
Russians.
the one in Hawkins, and then they get
No,
another.
she sent her. 11 sent the one back into the Upside Down. Yes, she did at the end of season 1. I rewatched the entire.
for the entire show.
Yes, it is.
No, there
Even if
isn't.
there is, it doesn't matter.
There's
I
more than
watched
one.
the. I rewatched the entire
That's why
show.
they maxed it.
At the
No,
end of the
'cause,
first
yeah,
season,
she
she
just-
sends it back.
She turns it into dust, and then a portal
And then
opens
season
up,
2
but that's also what happened to Vecna. So she
Okay,
probably just sent it back.
But
And season 2, we
they
don't.
also established that there is a life cycle for the Demogorgons, and we see multiple walking around in the flashback.
Yeah, because the
that one
Demodogs
has.
eventually turn into Demogorgons. That's their whole
That's
thing.
what they were.
Oh.
And also,
Wait,
we,
didn't they
when
kill
we
'em?
go to the Upside Down in one's flashback, there's like multiple just roaming around.
Yeah, there's that one like running around.
So there is a lot of them in there, and we know how they evolve.
Even if it could be the same one or a different one.
Although
That
we
doesn't
don't
really
know
matter.
like
That doesn't
where
matter.
he was when he first entered.
And
the
I
Upside
think the
Down.
Russians have two, right? They have one on the table, and they have one.
Yeah, they had one that
They-
they,
oh,
were.
yeah,
they
they
had
were
one that they
breeding
were
a bunch.
dissecting. They
Yeah.
had, I think, one or two Demodogs that were just like around, and then they had the main one that they were fighting the
Yeah.
prisoners.
But
And
anyway.
they also had a piece of
The Mind Flayer.
The Mind Flayer,
But
which they torched.
which was just
So
big
I
thing with
guess
us.
it might be gone. Probably.
No, the Mind Flayer, they're done with
They're
that.
done.
They're never
yeah,
bringing
They're
that
not
up
gonna
again.
bring it
One's
back.
the main villain. But or Vecna or what Henry or whatever they're going with.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Frugelstein.
the main thing that I think they're gonna focus on for the first half is what is the Upside Down? Why did it start in 1983?
Yeah.
And also why did one take Will to begin with? I think that's going to be a question.
Yeah,
that
because
they're-
we still don't know what that
because
was all about.
they're going to have to establish why, because we know that the Mind Flayer like had the Demogorgon take him
Mhm.
and not kill him for a reason, and we initially thought that was just so that he can infect him and use him as like a foot soldier later,
Yeah.
or like a person on the inside. I think they're going to establish. I don't know if it'll be this exactly, but like Will is also psychic, at least somewhat. And he's a
No.
natural psychic like Henry was,
They're not
and that's why he has
they're not-
like a connection with the actual
No,
Upside Down.
I think he has a connection to the Upside Down because he was part of the Mind Flayer. Because that's like literally what they said. Why would they change it?
I
I
think
don't know.
Also, 11 doesn't have a connection to the Upside Down.
Yeah,
She's
no.
like naturally psychic.
they're not gonna make him psychic.
If he,
they're
if
not
he
gonna-
does,
Explain
if
for
he
some
does
reason.
get powers, it'll be because he's still connected to the Upside Down. It won't be because he's psychic.
and it'll be like temporary. Or
I'm
something
saying
if
for
he
some
does
reason
get powers.
they're gonna have to go back and be like, this is the real reason, because like,
And we still don't know why Barb was killed either.
that's just she was
some
there.
random person.
Demogorgon
The
just was
Demogorgon
hungry, I
stayed there.
guess.
But
But like, why did it drag her back to the Upside Down to kill her?
Well, that's
I
what he
can't remember
does.
anyway, no,
That's
but,
what he does sometimes.
Yeah, who cares?
And also, how does it make portals? Who knows? I guess Mind Flare does it for him, maybe? Who knows?
Or were there already portals that were there that he was just crawling through?
Well, no, because remember...
Because we know there was that one in the forest that anyone could just crawl through.
Yeah, there
but
was
I guess
in the
they all
tree.
forgot was there too. Because like,
no,
they
it
never
closed.
closed that
No,
one.
it did close, remember?
When did
Nancy
it close?
almost got stuck in there.
Oh,
She crawled
yeah,
through and
yeah,
almost
yeah.
got stuck. So, because the portal's closed, like, after the Demogorgon is, like, done with it.
I think that was probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
But yeah. So they also said that they're gonna like go back to original groups that they had in season 1 for this season, which makes me think we're gonna have the kids all back together, like the
Yeah.
original kids for the whole season.
Have Nancy in the
We'll have the teens back
older-
together, and we'll have the adults
early
back together.
20s group, and then we'll
Yeah.
have
Joe Curie's like 30,
yeah.
and he's playing like a 19-year-old still, and he'll have kids,
Which is fine. He
Yeah.
has, like, a
No.
semi-baby face, so it's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
No, but yeah, I do think we're gonna go back to all of our old groups. Here's how the season's gonna break down. 11's job will be to have the actual important fight.
As always.
Yeah. The adults will be leading the big army against
The monsters that
the
are
monsters
breaking
that
in.
are gonna
Yeah.
crawl out of the big hole. And then the kids, whatever Vecna's evil master plan is, whatever they always have a big weapon or like a device that's gonna go off, or like a big psychic energy burst they're gonna send out. Their job is gonna be to stop that. So because we always have to split them up. Gotta split them up, and then at the end they all come back together and they all do their part at the exact same time.
See,
and it kills the villain.
In the Darth Bane books, the Sith were gonna do that, and they just called it a thought bomb. They should just always call it, because that's what it is. It's just a thought bomb. He's making a thought bomb. Thought bomb's gonna go off.
Also, supposedly these kids are like well versed in pop culture, right? And yet,
supposedly, even though
they let Vecna pull a straight up Michael Myers, and none of them like saw that coming.
Mhm.
They knock him out a window after hurting him really bad, and instead of one of them just staring at him while the other two go down and finish him off, they all leave,
Yeah.
go all the way through the house and all the way back
Now
out.
again, to be fair, that room was on fire, and you can't really walk towards the window because there's a fire there.
The whole room wasn't on fire.
No,
Yeah,
but
it
the
was.
ground between them and the window was.
What was dumb is that, like,
Step over the fire.
Nancy was just like...
fine.
Until he fell out the window. Like, why didn't they make sure and, like, kill him before she knocks him out the window?
I don't think they were planning on him falling out the window.
No, I'm saying,
Well, yeah, but she kept shooting.
but that is a straight up.
That's generally
Kept
how you
knocking
kill
him
someone.
back.
No, that is a straight up 1980s horror
Yeah.
movie move, horror villain move. If you're staring at him, he won't go anywhere. He'll keep playing dead.
Yeah.
But if you all leave, he'll just get up and run away.
Yeah.
Although what I don't understand is, like, the fire doesn't paralyze them. So Vecna was just, like, just standing there, just letting her shoot him.
Max,
like, he
that,
could've,
that
like-
scene was in slow motion too.
Did you realize that scene?
Well,
was in
no,
slow
but he
motion?
could have, like, used his mind
He was
powers.
lunging
He
at
was
him.
on fire, Max.
Yeah,
And
so
you ever
was
tried
the
to-
Demogorgon and was moving around.
Yeah, the Demogorgon is an animal. Have you ever tried to concentrate on something while you're on fire?
Well, he's a
It's
mind
probably
man. He's got
pretty
mind
difficult to
powers.
do.
He was in the middle of a mind fight. While
Yeah, and
they
he
were
was
doing
also
it.
already in a mind fight with someone else.
He could have used his mind powers.
I'm just looking
Or
forward to
just
the,
grow
He
another
ran
mind.
away. He ran away like right after.
I'm just looking forward to the big mind fight to end the show.
Yeah.
Take
It's gonna be a
this,
real cool
Vecna.
mind fight.
But yeah, I do think they're gonna jump immediately because I don't understand how you would do a time jump with this. It doesn't make any
You
sense.
could do a time jump. It just would have to be a relative, like maybe 6 months or
but
something.
like
because
it's already infesting.
we
the
would
town.
we would fast forward to the point where everything's like barricaded up. Monsters generally roam the streets. We'll say at night, so they have an excuse for why everyone's not immediately dead.
But I feel like it would be like a cop out to just be like, here's the big villain. The clouds are rolling and the portal's open. And then like we cut to the next season and they're like, they're back in high school. And then
No,
like,
they're-
the adventure starts again.
Well, the
Yeah.
high school's like
It'll be
gone.
like Breath
You
of
would
the
have to
Wild,
pick up
where
right
like all
after.
the monsters are in this one spot. They're trying to get out, but they're basically stuck because they're being held back or something. I don't know.
What do you
And
think?
Murray's still there. He's going like, guys.
We never know what happened to him
I'm
or the other
doing
Russian guy.
stuff.
They presumably just went
They
to
probably just
America
went
on
back.
the plane that everyone else was on,
Or no, they had the helicopter.
or the
Yeah.
whatever they were riding.
I think we saw them like on their
They're
way
presumably
back.
in America now. Yeah.
Whatever.
Or no, they meet up at the end. What are we talking
No,
about?
they're not at the very end.
Yeah, they are. They meet up. Did you not watch the very
No,
end?
when they fly away in the helicopter, that's the last time.
When Hopper comes back and sees
Yeah, that's
11,
We see Hopper, but we don't see.
and Joyce is there.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't see the other.
Hopper and Joyce are there, but we don't know if they stayed in America or went back to Russia. Like they could have done either one. It doesn't really affect the
every
story.
Well, yeah, but
character
why
we've
would
ever
Murray
met-
go back?
Not Murray. I'm talking about the two Russian dudes.
Every character
yeah,
we've
they were
ever met.
probably
Murray's
back.
probably back in his shed learning karate.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Why would Murray
No,
go
the
back
point
to
is,
Russia?
is every character we've ever met in the show will all be back for this season, this next one.
Yeah, they got to do the
final
Avengers thing. Yeah.
They're all gonna get in the street,
And
they're
then
all gonna
Hopper will
run out.
go, townspeople,
Assemble.
come together.
And
And,
the
and they
season's
all
gonna-
charge
and this-
big
yeah.
army into the demidog army, and they got like more bucket lids and bats
Yeah.
and things, and they beat up the bats again.
And the season's gonna have a $500 million budget.
Yes.
And Eddie's dad.
And Eddie's
It is-
uncle
will still be
is
there.
still depressed.
I am interested to see how they're going to, because the whole point of this show was like Americans doing spooky experiments in a small town, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what this whole thing started as. I am interested to see what they do, like when the show is over, and how they explain like everyone just went back to normal life after near apocalyptic multi-dimensional convergence.
Well, the
of
government knows what happened.
Well,
Yeah,
the
but
government always knew. The whole point is that the
They were
people
covering it
didn't
up,
know
yeah.
what was happening.
Yeah, they
Like,
would just cover it up. For
they
the
have
rest
to
of
know now.
giant hole in the ground now that's
Yeah.
getting national news coverage. So
Anyway.
yeah.
Well, they say they're like it's an earthquake, and I'm like, but there's a big red
but you
gaping
can
hole in the
see
ground.
the hell portal that opened up.
Man, too bad the government just sucks so bad that they couldn't do the job that like five
Do you think-
12-year-olds did.
Do you think we're gonna see our season 2 Chicago gang come back
Ooh,
Mm,
no.
of like
They're
drifters?
no, everybody hated them.
No, they're never getting screen
They're
time
never
ever
Like
coming
again.
that,
back.
Not even them.
No.
Yeah.
Because they also don't have to explain.
Maybe 8 would come back. That's
But I don't
it.
think they're going to do that because I don't think they want to have
But
to
her powers
explain
aren't really
what her
useful
powers
for
are.
combat. Yeah, so even that really wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
That-
Because the season arc will be War for Hawkins.
Okay,
That'll
yeah.
be the main thing. So if your powers don't have anything to do with fighting,
Okay.
what do you do?
But
It's not like
Watch
you can
this,
use,
Vecna.
it's not like you can use illusions to trick a Demogorgon.
Yeah.
It can't even see.
it's so obvious that the original plan was all of the numbers were gonna have different powers.
Yeah.
And they just were like, never mind.
Never mind.
They just all have
Never mind.
telekinesis.
No, that-
yeah, except they have all the same powers. Except
No, but
that
11
one that
is just
she
more
escaped.
powerful.
Yeah.
Also, people were theorizing. I already told Tucker this, but people were like theorizing that Eddie was number 10 for some reason.
Yeah, that's a dumb theory.
And it was like, okay, then why would they do that? Because he's dead now.
Yeah, that
Oh.
makes no sense.
Like, why would they
That
just
theory
do
is
that
just
and
a
then
bad
do
theory.
nothing?
Here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
So next season is our final season.
Yes.
And they've killed off literally none of the main characters ever
Yes.
at any point in the show.
True.
Who's dying? We're gotta get at least one major death.
Jonathan.
Yeah, I think Jonathan's the safest bet.
Because people
'Cause,
don't like him that much,
He,
but people
his
still
character
like
arc
him a
is
little bit.
done to the point where he's
They don't know what to do
backpedaling
with him.
now. Yeah. It gives Nancy a very clear and obvious way to get back with Steve without making anyone who watches the show upset.
Yeah.
Robin
Uh,
is like too new and likable. to
Robin,
kill off.
honestly, I feel like doesn't have a strong
She's
enough
just-
fan connection to make her death meaningful.
she's not that
enough to-
important
Okay.
in the
for it to
story.
matter.
And none of the kids can die because
None of the kids are gonna die.
I feel like
Lucas
no.
already lost Max, like kind of. Mike is too connected to 11, and then Dustin is too likable.
They can't kill off any of the kids because in 10 years they're gonna have a reboot and they're all gonna come back and they all
And
or
it'll be
they'll
their
do
kids.
spin-offs.
or they'll be adults now
And it'll take place in
and
the
it'll be in the
2000s.
90s.
Because at that point, no, it'll be in the 2000s. Because at that point, everyone will have early 2000s nostalgia, the same way we have 80s nostalgia now. And so you'll be able to do all the same thing.
Yeah.
But instead of making D&D references, they'll make like SpongeBob references.
Oh, well, this
No.
is just like Krusty Krabs.
we can't
Doodle Bob.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Vecna's like Doodle Bob.
we can't kill off Hopper because they already did a death fake out
Yeah,
with him and you can't
Once you do
that
a death
again.
fake out, you can't do a
Once
death.
you fake kill him off and then spend an entire season bringing him back, you can't kill him again.
Yeah. Because then
Um,
it just comes off as like,
They
why'd you do all
They
that?
could kill 11 at the end of the show.
But they won't do that.
But they're gonna do a spin-off
Yeah.
probably with her.
And you need her to have powers.
And they can't be a prequel, so she has to be back.
Joyce could die, but she's too important
No, they won't
because
kill off Joyce.
every season she goes, something weird's going
It's
on.
Winona Ryder, and also it's not like
Yeah, she's their only.
she never puts herself
one
in
of their
enough
best
danger
actors.
to die.
Yeah.
She's always just like standing in the back while everyone else is
She's
fighting.
always just like, they'll hopper.
They can't.
Except in this last season,
Yeah.
she did hit
Yeah.
the Demodog with a thing.
And
Taser,
then she
whatever,
almost died.
Yeah,
and then ran off.
I don't think they're gonna kill off Steve because that would be That would be too safe.
They would have no reason to go through this whole
Yeah.
Nancy
Well,
Steve thing if they were just going to kill him
If
off
they were
next
going
season.
to kill him off, they would have done it already.
Yeah.
If he survived this, they're gonna keep him
And
going.
Nancy
Yeah.
and Jonathan don't have any connection.
They're not gonna kill off Nancy. Like
They can't kill off one of the two girls in the show.
They need it to be impactful, but not too impactful.
Yeah, Jonathan-
that everyone will hate them.
Jonathan's probably the only one who's gonna die.
Jonathan's the only one that you
No.
can kill off.
Jonathan and random townspeople. A
Also,
lot of random townspeople.
It has to also be Jonathan because it has to make Will's life worse. All the things that happen in the show
Sure.
almost exclusively make Will's life
What
worse.
if he dies? You think they'll kill Will off?
They could kill Will off because he doesn't do.
Because he was the
anything.
character they never knew what to do with.
Yeah.
And that would be
But
the easiest way
also,
to
again,
do
we have the same problem where he's been he's survived so many things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he won't
To
die
the point
now.
where it seems like
It'd
one of
be
those
weird-
things
yeah,
should have killed him.
It would be weird
yeah.
if he just got stabbed.
But
and
didn't
that's
get-
what kills
yeah.
him. Instead of the whole kidnapped
But
by
like
a
I
monster
always
in another
say,
dimension thing.
the true villain of this show is Will's barber, because every season it just gets worse.
Every-
his
no
hair
one-
always
haircut
gets worse.
did
No one in this
surprisingly-
show
Now
has
he
a good
looks like a
haircut.
sausage with a bowl cut. It just looks wrong.
Steve has a great haircut, and everyone else's haircut sucks.
Mike
No,
is
with
like,
the-
eh.
Mike's haircut's like if you saw a person with that haircut, you'd be like, okay, that's like
Lucas
normal.
is pretty good.
Lucas's haircut's fine. Dustin's
Jonathan
haircut's-
looks filthy.
He has a lot of hair, but it's fine.
Jonathan looks filthy.
Jonathan looks like a dirty man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan looks like
No, that's not really his haircut. That's more just his lifestyle.
he hasn't changed. He looks like he hasn't changed clothes in like a
Argyle's
week.
hair is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Just because his hair being that long just doesn't look good on him.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, yeah, but that's just the actor's hair.
Yeah.
They shaved
Like, they
Eleven's
just,
head
like-
again, but her hair wasn't really good. In
Her hair was fine, but now it's
Yeah.
worse.
Hopper's bald.
I didn't
now.
like her
But
curly
that's
hair.
fine.
Joyce's hair has never changed for the
It's
entire
been
run.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like Linda's from Phineas and Ferb.
Everyone's
It's just
either-
perpetually stuck
yeah.
the same.
But yeah, Steve having a really good haircut.
That's
is
his thing.
He took all the energy from
Yeah.
everyone else's haircuts.
Alrighty.
Dustin,
Sam-
come here, my boy.
Are you excited for Stranger Things 5, a season of television that'll come out
I
3
will
years from the last one?
Watch it. I am not anticipating it.
Remember when seasons of television shows aired in actual seasons?
Mhm.
Like that's why they're called
When
that.
Clone Wars stopped airing in seasons, everything stopped airing in seasons.
What was the first? Well, there was always there was always shows that had I think it was HBO that started it.
Well, but that's because their shows never aired that way.
But
they were
they were
always
the first
weird.
one to be they just kind of aired whenever.
Yeah.
I really
Because
hope,
they were always so much shorter
They
than
were,
everything else.
They were the first premium channel
Yeah.
network. Yeah.
I really hope that they don't do what the release system that they did for this season for season 5.
100% they are.
No, they will.
That would be
Because they broke every single record, so they're gonna do it exactly the same way.
Netflix desperately
that.
needs this show
Money. They need all the
and
money.
the influx of money it brings, and so 100%. I would not be shocked if they went.
It
weekly
makes
with
the
this.
finale feel less cool.
Which I
We
would prefer.
haven't watched it in
I
a
would
month.
prefer it to be weekly than the binge thing.
I would
Weekly
rather
would
it
even
be
be
weekly,
better.
because then every week you get up with your friends, you're like, "Bro, did you see the crazy thing that happened this episode?"
Especially, yeah.
Instead of, "Did you finish the whole season yet?" "Yeah, I did. What'd you think?" "Well, it was okay."
I-
Because you can't
yeah.
remember the whole season. But if you watch it week by week, you talk about the things that happened in the last episode. That makes each individual plot twist way more important.
100%. I would have rather had these last two split up between 2 weeks instead of one 3.5 hour binge session.
Yeah.
That would have made it a lot easier to consume.
That's why hype for every Disney Plus show seems to last longer than
Yeah.
just
Netflix
'cause it
shows.
airs weekly.
'Cause,
It's like,
with-
oh my gosh, Moon Knight just beat up this dude. This
Yeah.
is getting crazy.
Well, I think the best comparison is Loki, right?
Yeah.
Loki is really the only Disney Plus show so far that's had big twists.
And Loki managed to do better each and every
yeah,
week.
and that's one thing. And the other
Yeah.
thing is when you and your friends are talking about the Loki show, you're like, "Whoa, remember this crazy thing that happened last episode?" It wasn't, "What did you think of the Loki show?"
And also, all the episodes tend to blend together if they're
Yeah.
all released at once. So yeah,
if I asked you what happened in episode 4 of Stranger Things, you'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But Netflix has
They
been
do
like,
the
we're not
thing.
going to do it weekly. But they also went, we're not going to have ads. And they're going to add ads this year. So 100%. There's literally no reason.
They
to
have
what they're doing.
no
No,
allegiance.
they'll
to
just do whatever.
things
Problem
they
is,
believe in.
like, you watch the whole first volume, right? And then it's like, okay, that was okay. And then you have to wait a month, so you just forget. And
Well, but if it
so
airs
you lose
weekly-
so you lose all that hype for
Yeah.
like cuz like I rewatched seasons 1 through 3, and it's like the end of the season, you know, they fight the big bad. There's hype there cuz you started here and you ended there in a relatively short amount of time.
Yeah.
But like when you wait an entire month, it's like, oh right, that's a
Argyle
callback.
exists, I forgot.
but-
Like Eddie dies, it's like, oh, I don't remember him doing the I ran away thing
yeah, that's
because
just
that was I
seems out of
watched that a
nowhere.
month
Yeah.
ago.
But that's why I think they would do weekly, because then you don't have the gap. It's
Yeah.
just consistent. Especially if it's gonna be 8 episodes again. That's 2 months at least of subscription. Really, you're gonna probably pay for 3.
Yeah.
So that's 3 months of guaranteed subscription price given to Netflix. All the episodes are like an hour and 10 minutes long at this point. Makes it much easier to consume. It's better on social media. You don't have a big thing at once and then a big thing at the end. Now, the reason they split it up mainly is that apparently they were finishing VFX shots the night before the finale came out. So
Makes sense.
yeah, that's the main reason. But the earliest
Oh, also, Vecna just in general looked like his suit is super cool. Like the makeup they had him in is super cool. The CGIing over it makes it look so much worse.
you don't like the tentacles.
I don't like it. Well, it's not that they were moving; it's that they had like a wave effect.
Yeah.
Where they clearly were stationary, but the surface
Yeah,
was moving, and it just made it look weird.
He looks
Just
like
let the suit be cool.
I think
he looks like if the Grinch was more human and fell into a vat of acid.
Well, I think the idea was like they always wanted to have a guy in a suit.
Yeah.
Like the Demogorgon was supposed to be practical in season 1, and it
There's
just
just no way to
didn't
do
work out.
that. Yeah.
But like they obviously want the guy in the suit, and then like to have it look like he's like connected to the Upside Down and like his whatever's on his
Everything
body's
looked
alive.
like Vecna as a character looks super. I love his design. I just don't like the rippling of his skin.
I think it'd be
looks
better
kinda
if
gross.
it was just the suit, and then they had like CGI tentacles over that.
Yeah, like if
Where,
you're
like,
gonna
the
have
whole
a
thing is
if you're
digital.
gonna have a CGI element to it,
Yeah.
make it all the way
And
CGI.
separate it from the actual
Yeah,
suit.
make it so like there's tentacles on there that are just CGI and
Yeah.
they're like moving independently.
Instead of, like,
don't CGI over the
Physical
tentacles that are
tentacle and
already
then,
there
yeah,
because it looks
CGI
fake.
movement
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, it makes it just look faker.
Anyway,
You know those like the like computer wallpapers with like waterfalls, like but only the waterfall is animated
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's like sort of going up and down. It
It's
looks
like
like
that.
that. Yeah.
anyway.
Anyway, I
Do you
think
think they're going to introduce more characters in the next season? There's no way, right?
I think they might just because if they're doing the War for Hawkins thing, we need like some townspeople to be in it.
I think it'll mostly
no,
be
I think-
townspeople we already know.
I think they'll do like all the teens or like the one thing.
Hi, we're
Hi,
already,
dog.
we're already done
Hi,
eating now,
Tina.
so it's
I think what they'll do is they'll have
Podcast dog.
more teens and like middle school kids from
Yeah.
the schools join, and there will be like a couple of them that are like, you know, the new likable character that they'll kill off at the end of the season.
No, I
'Cause
think
that's
we're
what
gonna
Eddie
kill
was.
off a major character.
I think
'Cause
they
if it's
will.
the end of
at
the
least
show,
one. Yeah.
If
No,
it's
but
the
I
end
think
of the show,
they'll-
then it's whatever.
I think they'll still kill off another new character.
Because like if it's the end of the show, you don't have to worry about the actor's contract
Yeah.
or
They
the
will
fans
introduce
being
at
mad.
least one new character
Ma-
because they just gotta have at least one.
there's a quota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You had Barb, you had Bob, you
When's-
had Eddie and whatever
Yeah,
his name was.
Brother character.
Brother.
2025 is when this is gonna come out. Like,
Yep.
because like he can't. It's not gonna be next year. It may be 2024.
I could see,
but
yeah,
not
I
even
could see
that. It's like
2024.
they've already like planned it. They haven't.
You know.
Okay.
She
Okay.
sticks her whole
That's
face
gonna get
there.
her stuck
You're
on
gonna
her
get your
face.
face stuck in.
Yep.
there. You did it already. That was fast.
But 2020 like they haven't written any of the scripts yet, and obviously it's like
Whatever.
10 months of shooting and like 12 months of VFX
Eat your
work.
fry box.
He's got to eat the actual box.
She
too.
is currently eating the box. She's eating the cardboard box.
Hang on, for our audio listeners, the dog.
Our dog is currently eating Tucker's French fry box.
Don't growl at me.
All right, whatever.
Whatever, she's fine.
Okay, well she's gonna ingest that fry box.
That's fine. She's eating much worse.
She's just straight up eating.
She's just chewing the
Yesterday,
the fry
yeah,
box.
like 2 days ago, I let her out back.
No,
and
it doesn't
she-
taste very good, does it?
I let her out back, and she literally just took a clump of dirt and ate it.
See, that's-
It's not the best tasting thing, is no. Does it taste like paper and dye? Yeah, probably.
Nom, nom, nom.
Alrighty, you enjoy that.
All right, let's move on to
Yeah,
the
eat
next
that
thing.
same
Paper
piece. It'll taste
jerky.
better the second time.
All right, let's move on to the next thing.
Alrighty, moving on. I think that pretty much sums up our thoughts on Stranger Things season 4. Overall, I guess we should give it a score before. we move on.
Oh wait, what I thought was funny is so the whole group at the end walks into like the shelter
Mhm.
because the whole town is destroyed, and they just walk in. They're like, "Here's some clothes. What can we do to help?" And it's like, oh, okay. Like it was just like so. It was, I don't know. It just felt really dumb. But whatever. I thought the season was pretty good.
Alright, whatever. Okay, well, she's gonna do that.
There's no
Alrighty,
one
moving
here.
on to our Marvel Phase.
Oh wait, we didn't rate it.
Oh yeah, right. I give it
I liked it more than 3.
way
much,
more.
much more.
I
than
probably
three.
liked
was
it about
really
the same
bad.
as 2.
Yeah, I would say about the same as season.
1 is still the
I'd
best
give it
one,
a
but
7.
I did like this. I thought this was a quality improvement.
I think a solid.
I think 1 will always be the best.
6.5, 7 out of 10, somewhere around.
I'd give it a 7.
All right,
Alrighty,
let's move on to our Phase 4 thing.
alrighty. First thing from I think I tried to put these in order of when they came out. I don't know if I with the shows first. I don't know if it's exactly in order, but it's relatively close.
So now we're going to put our Phase for the stuff that has come out. We're going to rank that by quality, and then the stuff that hasn't come out, we're going to rank that by
What we think
anticipation
it's-
level, I guess.
yeah, how we think it's gonna do.
Or how we think it's going to be based off our zero information we have about almost all of this.
Based off of our knowledge of how Marvel does
Yeah.
things, it does.
So let's just start off at the beginning.
All right, well, starting
Oh,
off with one.
should we go in order of how they came out?
That's that's the order it's in. Well,
Okay.
with the shows first. The
Okay,
shows
just
are
do
on
shows and then okay.
Yeah.
WandaVision is number 1.
I'd say
WandaVision,
decent.
I say was good.
So we have 5 tiers.
All right, you know what? It was good.
So we had 5 tiers of tier 1 is it's really good.
Yeah, we have-
and or we think it's going to be really good. So tier 2 is good. Tier 3 is decent. Tier 4 is it's not good, and then tier 5 is hot
Actually,
trash.
just don't watch it.
Tier
yeah.
5 is Eternals.
Skip that one.
Yeah.
Can we just put let's
You
put
do you
Eternals
want to go
at the
ahead and
bottom?
put
Eternals
Eternals
tier
right
is
there?
tier 5.
It doesn't even deserve to be that high. It
It's
does
can
yours
you just
be low.
rename
we'll
that
just
to
change
Eternals tier? There we go.
There we go.
Eternal tier. There we go. All right. So WandaVision.
It was, it's
WandaVision would have been in the very good tier
if the ending
if
was
the
better.
finale wasn't
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, if the finale wasn't overload
Overload
the
the
bad
bad
guy.
guy.
Well, if it wasn't just shoot balls of energy at each other in a green screen for
Well,
an
see,
hour.
I'm fine with that because at least they had the runes thing come up. Like that was the way they defeated her. Like, and they had established that
But
earlier in the
most
show.
of that fight is just them spinning in a circle,
Yeah.
shooting balls at
Plus,
each other.
the runes thing have come up again in other Marvel stuff since then. Like, that's apparently
Yeah.
an important part of the witch
Well, and
magic.
then WandaVision kind of led into it led into Doctor Strange, but that was kind of eh.
Yeah, but then Doctor Strange is kind of. Well, we'll get there.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it would have been very good if that finale wasn't.
Yeah.
as bad as
Overall,
it-
I'd say solid, good.
But I did like it. It was a really, really interesting take on that whole thing, and I really, really like what they did with the sitcom stuff.
Yeah, that stuff was the most boring part, like in terms of Marvel stuff. But it was also.
It was the
cool.
most interesting.
It was the most interesting part in terms of like what's
It's
happening.
not the same
yeah.
thing that we've seen.
Okay, Falcon
Speaking
and
of
Winter
the same
Soldier.
thing that we've seen before, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's gonna go in the decent tier
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, it was
because
decent.
it's like kind of as bland as these things.
it was
come.
it's just a Marvel.
Yeah.
It was
default
kind of
Marvel
cool when it
settings.
came out, and then I kind of forgot it
It's
happened.
just Marvel on default settings.
Yeah,
What if?
What if?
Not great.
not great.
Not
I
great.
didn't
Yeah,
like it
it's
that
gonna
much.
go
didn't
with
really
your
go
I didn't
anywhere.
even watch every episode. It was
It's
just kind of
got
like eh.
one really, really good episode, and then a bunch of
not
mediocre
really
ones,
important episodes.
and then a couple of pretty bad ones.
Yeah,
So that's gonna go generally.
Loki.
yeah. Loki, I think
Very
was very
good.
good.
Loki,
Very
I
good.
would put. Yeah, Loki, I'd put at the top.
Loki is the only one of these so far that I would consider
It's
rewatching.
it's the best Marvel
Yeah.
show by far.
The show that I am actually
Hawkeye?
hyped to see season 2.
Oof.
I think again, it's just
Mm,
Marvel on
I don't
default
even.
settings.
I
Maybe
don't
it's your
know.
lower.
Because it's like
It wasn't bad.
it wasn't. There was nothing in it that was especially bad.
The-
Like all the
The
characters were
Kingpin
good.
stuff was really
The
bad.
Kingpin stuff was, but only because of the other Marvel thing we've seen.
But even then, he
If
was
we didn't-
really goofy.
Yeah, but that's because he was so serious in the other projects. If those didn't exist, which we didn't really know if they were canon or not when this came out, then that doesn't like you're holding it to a standard that it never meant to
Yeah,
be.
I don't
know,
think
I
it's
guess-
as bad as What If.
I
Because
guess
like
it's
What If I
It's
didn't
definitely
even
better
care
than
about.
What If.
Hawkeye, I was like, okay, new.
Plus,
I like-
Echo was interesting. Like seeing her character and how that went was cool. Hawkeye just having to raise this new character was kind of an interesting premise.
Back for more.
Back for more cardboard, baby.
That's going up there.
I guess we
Did
can
you
have
finish
podcast
your
talk.
box? Is
Ate
it
the whole
yummy?
box?
There's
close it.
scraps
Gotta
left.
come back for the scraps. I'll make sure I didn't
Hi,
leave
you
any
have
fry
any
box bits
boxes?
over here.
Oh, that's she's not gonna feel good later.
Going
Okay,
to be
but
cooking
Hawkeye,
a lot.
That's all right. It's paper.
I like the Christmas stuff. I love the Christmas aesthetic. I like Kate Bishop.
What you eating?
I like Hawkeye as a character. I think he's fun.
Yeah. You
My
allergic to the
gosh.
cardboard box?
Anyway, but yeah, I guess I'll give Hawkeye a mid.
All right.
Moon
Moon
Knight.
Knight, very
Moon Knight?
good.
I'd put it in the good. I
yeah.
wouldn't put it in the very good.
I think it was
really
better
good.
than. We'll also have it set up so from left to
okay.
right is how good they are among the tier. I think it's
Okay.
definitely better than WandaVision.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's.
It
very-
almost breaks into that high one.
Just because Moon Knight in every other thing he's been in is kind of a goofball,
Yeah.
and he just like is not. He's very
goofy.
serious.
I think
Yeah.
this is the only thing they've made in this entire phase that if you showed it to a person who's seen none of this,
They would
that they
enjoy
would
it.
completely understand.
Yeah,
Because everything else is
it's
so
so
connected.
tied into
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Maybe
like, this
what
would
if,
make no
but-
sense without Endgame.
Hawkeye would make WandaVision.
This would make no sense
Yeah.
without Endgame. This would make no sense without like half of the Marvel properties.
I guess you could
This
watch
would
Eternals.
be so confusing
but
without like
Eternals
half
is
the
so
Marvel
bad.
properties.
Well, I wouldn't show people Eternals whether.
Yeah,
I
no
would
matter
never-
what.
I would never subject someone to Eternals.
I'm actually very tempted to buy every DVD of Eternals and every physical copy
And just
and
destroy them
burn
all.
it.
Well, it'd still be on Disney Plus though.
I want to do a Scott the Woz and just buy all the copies and
Okay. Miss
destroy
Marvel,
them.
I never watched.
Miss
so-
Marvel is not finished yet.
It's
Can we put?
decent.
But I'll put it
If it was
here.
to be finished.
No,
now,
no,
where
no,
would
It's
you
not
put
better than the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay, I'll put it
It's better
Definitely
than
better than Hawkeye.
Yeah, but it's
way better than what.
but it also hasn't finished, so we don't
It's
really
not
know.
done yet, so we don't really know how it's gonna
Dog,
wrap up.
man.
But from what
She's
we've
fine.
seen so far, it's a decent all around.
It's alright.
So, do you have a fry left or something I can give you?
No, there's some like poorly
Hang on, I'm gonna take-
poorly executed like characters that are just non-characters.
Yeah,
There's some elements that just don't. Again, the show's not done yet, but there's some elements that just don't seem to be super important. to
I
the show.
haven't watched. I think every.
But the
episode that
visual
has come out
aesthetic,
after
I would
3.
say, is probably the second most interesting to WandaVision. I'd say had the most
Yeah.
creative aesthetic.
I actually like her character and I like her actor, but what the show, the premise of the show is just like not
It doesn't.
great.
It's not the strongest.
It's not
Yeah.
super good.
Alrighty. And
Yeah,
now
I closed
on.
both doors, so we'll see if you can get past that.
And now we are on to Black Widow, the first movie in Phase 4.
Now I'm gonna put that in the bad tier. Put that behind What If.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Honestly,
I did not
okay.
enjoy Black
It
Widow.
wasn't
Black
that
Widow
bad.
Wasn't bad.
It was the timing
It was,
mainly.
It was just like
It should have come out before Civil
it
War.
should have come out after Iron Man 2. Like 8 years ago.
A long time ago, yeah.
I don't
It
know
just felt really
why
out of
they
place.
waited until after her character was dead to make a solo movie. What on earth were you thinking? What was the thought process there?
Just the villain's really bad.
The
The
villain
villain
was just a
Is one of the
sexist guy.
coolest villains in the comics, and they just
Oh, you're talking about
Taskmaster. Yeah,
I'm
They
talking
just-
about the actual.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about
Martin
the
Scorsese
I don't
sexist
even
guy. That
consider
guy
him
was
the
dumb.
main villain because he just doesn't do
Yeah,
anything.
he's terrible. The third act is total trash.
Very bad.
Florence Pugh is very likable, but that's mostly just 'cause
She's a
it's
fun
her.
character, and
But that's not even like the character. That's just her. As
yeah, the
actor.
origin stuff for Black Widow I thought was pretty cool.
But
I
they
liked
don't really
that
go
stuff.
that deep into it
Yeah,
in terms of like her actual Black
her
Widow.
actual training. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
but
just,
it was fine.
it was a Phase 1 movie.
It
Stuck
was
in the early 2000s.
Not great.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi
Good.
has been the best movie.
No.
The best movie, not the best movie. It's
Oh.
been.
I think it was good.
I would put
it was
it-
good. It's not as good as
like it.
Moon Knight.
Okay,
I like
I
Moon
would
Knight
put
more.
it at the end of the very good. I would put it up there. I'd let that
Okay,
one up
yeah,
there.
I'd say okay, yeah.
Because I don't think it does a whole lot wrong.
And it's another one of the things where if you haven't seen every Marvel thing,
You can
could
watch
you can
it.
watch this and you'll be fine. You're all.
It was
good.
fun. It was a
But,
good movie.
yeah, I do think that one's a step above, especially the rest of these movies.
Yeah.
All right, Spider-Man: No Way Home is the best thing they've done this phase.
Easy
Not a question.
dub, no question.
I don't know if it's better than
actual
Loki
movie.
though.
It's better than Loki.
I think it's better than I think it's.
I like Loki more.
I think Loki's better written and more creative.
But I guess I
But
had more
I think
time too.
Spider-Man is the pinnacle of itself.
Spider-Man was a really, really good Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I don't think
which
Spider-Man.
is the only thing it could be.
I don't think that this Spider-Man movie could have been any better than it was.
Yeah.
I think Loki could have been a little bit better. I don't think Spider-Man could have been any better than it was with the tools they had.
And I think it gets a lot of bonus points just for getting all three Spider-Man.
Yeah, all three Spider. Like that.
Screen.
That's just like How did that even happen?
Yeah.
That's
Just the fact that they were
Yeah.
all together and they have a really good chemistry is enough to.
and it
become a good
canonizes the other trilogies, which
Yeah.
is really cool. Or
fun. Okay.
trilogy and a half.
Now we get Doctor Strange. Okay.
Decent.
I
If
think
Sam
top
Raimi,
of decent.
Honestly,
If Sam
not
Ra-
great. Not great.
if
honestly.
Sam
I did
Raimi
not
didn't
like
direct it, it would probably be in the bad tier.
Yeah, it would probably
But
be in this
because
tier.
he brings so much like flourish and fun and like a lot of chaotic energy and the horror elements he does
Yeah.
really well and the camera tricks, she got past the first door. The dog did. But anyway,
it. You may want to
if he
barricade.
didn't do it, it would be worse. But because he's behind the
Yeah.
director's chair,
Actually, I might have to-
Put that at.
You're gonna put
that
that
right
behind.
It was not. I
Falcon
did
and the
not
Winter-
like Doctor
Oh my
Strange
gosh,
at all.
I'm gonna have to barricade the store.
No, because there were parts of Doctor Strange.
There were some cool parts, but mainly
Like,
I
yeah,
just it was.
There were
boring.
parts of Doctor Strange that were just actually just bad.
and I
Like
hated
actually just stupid and bad and dumb.
Scarlet
just
Witch
straight
is
up.
Whereas
such.
there was nothing in Falcon and the Winter Soldier that was actually just like stupid and bad and dumb.
Like
it was very mid, but none of it was stupid. There were parts of Doctor Strange that were like, okay, this is actually just stupid.
and I just really did not like Scarlet Witch as a villain.
Scarlet Witch's arc
because her
didn't make any
reasoning was
sense.
so dumb. Like, oh, so you give away the time stone and break the rules and save half the universe,
But I try to murder myself in another universe,
but
and that's
I
not okay.
enslave a town and then try to kill myself to steal children? What's wrong with that? like no, it was just dumb. I
Yeah.
wasn't a huge fan of that.
It was
movie.
just kind of a stupid, dumb thing. Yeah.
Thor: Love and Thunder should be right in the middle of the mediocre tier.
No, I think it was good. That was a good movie.
Actually. I think it was.
I liked
Put
that
it at
movie.
the end of the good tier.
Yeah. I'll say it's not as good as WandaVision, but better than. The
I
rest
thought
of
it was a really fun movie. Like, it wasn't like super serious. Like, they could have. There was some aspects that they definitely
it
could have improved
been
on.
a lot better. We gave our whole Thor review last episode,
But
so
I
we
think
don't
it
need to
was
recite
just
everything.
overall just like a good fun movie to watch.
But yeah, I think
I would
was
watch it
definitely
again.
Decent. It's a very fun movie.
Like Doctor Strange, I wouldn't watch.
and it's very visually like creative too.
Yeah.
So that ends our ranking of the stuff so far. So to recap, in order of quality, so we have Spider-Man: No Way Home as the best thing in this phase. Then
Yeah.
we have Loki, Shang-Chi, and then the good stuff is Moon Knight, WandaVision, Thor. Decent is Falcon, Winter Soldier, Miss Marvel, Doctor Strange, and Hawkeye. The not great is What If and Black Widow, and then Eternals is Eternals.
Yes, Eternals is booty butt tier.
Okay,
I
now
don't
we
know
move
if
on
anything can
to
be that bad.
anticipation level for stuff we are going
Yeah.
to
Wait,
get.
didn't I Am Groot come out?
no.
that hasn't come. That
No,
comes out in August, I think.
Don't care.
All right, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I'm gonna put this.
very
Very
high.
good. I think I'm
I
pretty
Very
hyped
high.
for
I
that.
expect it to be better than Shang-Chi. I don't think it'll be better than these.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this, as I've made very, very public,
Yeah.
this is the thing I care most about,
Yeah.
and then I don't really give. I don't
The
care
rest
much
can
for
be
rest of this.
whatever.
But
yeah.
I looked it up. This is going to be the only trilogy of Marvel movies where the same creator has been with all of
all
them.
three. Yeah.
All
I think
three.
Guardians of the Galaxy, if this movie is good, it will probably be one of the best trilogies in Marvel.
Because
Yeah.
Gunn is going to have written and directed all three of these by himself. He's the only creator to stick with it. Favreau left after Iron Man 2. Thor has had three different main creators.
Yeah.
Avengers, Joss Whedon stepped out after Age of Ultron. I think Marcus and McFeely wrote all three Captain Americas, but Joe Johnston did the first one, and
Yeah.
the Russos did the other two. This will be the only one, and he said this is going to really be like the final adventure with these characters. We're going to really like close the book on this emotionally, and it's going to have the same great visuals because he's bringing back his Suicide Squad cinematographer, who
Oh,
did
that's good. Yeah.
really, really good, and the soundtrack is always really good.
Yeah.
So I think Guardians is going to be.
Expecting good
up
things
there.
from Guardians.
All the Guardians movies have been
I Am
good.
Groot.
I don't care.
I do not care at all.
Can we put that in
Yeah.
the Eternals tier? That's like that's
No,
well
it's
done.
not-
Okay, it's like a kid's show though.
It's not even really an
Okay, fine,
MCU
whatever.
thing.
I don't think
We're
it'll
gonna
be
put
that
in
bad,
there.
though.
Yeah,
I'm
who
not
cares?
even. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. All right,
Armor Wars,
Wars.
be
Okay.
fine.
Here's what I think Armor Wars is gonna be.
I think it'll probably end up somewhere around here.
Yeah.
I think Armor Wars is going to be Iron Man show without Iron Man, and it's gonna
And
feel
it'll be
really,
weird.
really empty.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna feel like something's missing, like the whole time.
Maybe here then.
Put it at the end.
At worst of home.
It's not worse
Well,
than
it
Doctor
doesn't have a whole
Strange.
lot
How about
going
how about
for it.
here?
Okay, because
Because we don't know. We have no clue what this is gonna.
Okay, we know what the
We know what the
synopsis
comic is.
Yeah.
But the
The
comic
comic is really
clearly
bland.
cannot be what they're going for, because Iron Man's in that.
Well, they can do the same premise, but it's going to be very boring.
Yeah.
Because the comic is just he basically just flies around the world and fights a bunch of Iron Man ripoffs.
Yeah.
Like that's what the comic is basically. And it's gonna be Rhodey flies around the world and fights a bunch of Iron Man ripoffs.
Yeah.
So unless those are like really, really interesting takes on the Iron Man suit, it's really gonna be kind of boring and repetitive.
Yeah. She-Hulk.
Low expectations.
Yeah.
From that trailer,
From what we've
oof.
seen, I don't have good
It
hopes.
looks boring.
I don't blame the VFX people, because I know Marvel is a terrible client.
Yeah,
but
it's not your fault.
It's not your fault, but that doesn't mean it looks
But
good.
also it looks bad.
All right, Blade.
You know what? I think
High
Blade
expectations.
should be like right
Decently
here.
okay.
I think it'll
yeah,
be good.
that's fine.
I'm expecting Blade to be cool. If anything else, I just want it to be cool. Because Blade is like a cool dude. He's got the sunglasses, the coat. He's got a katana. He fights
British.
vampires.
Maybe-
He's got a British accent.
Just
How do you
maybe,
be cooler than that? You can't
maybe
be cooler than that.
Morbius is in it, and that would make it
Maybe
instantly the
Morbius
best
shows up.
movie, the second
Who
best movie
knows?
ever made.
If this comes out in any month other than October, it drops
be
down.
bad.
a
You are
tier.
dumb.
Yeah,
It's
that'll be
not
dumb.
even. You're just dumb.
If this is just a fun Halloween spooky action movie, then I'll be really good with it.
Alrighty.
Fantastic Four. Okay.
How
It's
did
had
we
a
even
bad
rank this?
history.
Yeah, Fantastic Four as an
a
IP
property,
has a bad track record when it comes to movies.
or just any movie or TV adaptation.
Every time a thing is made of Fantastic Four, it is generally bad. Because the Fantastic Four are not interesting on their own. They are interesting side characters
Hot take.
to appear in other things. Like in the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon, they're great. Because all they do is background stuff while the Avengers actually do everything.
I think it'll be fine.
Put it.
I don't have super high
putting it
expectations.
Generally, most people's is
Here.
probably very high.
I'm putting it top of not great.
I think it has a chance to be the best Fantastic Four movie they've ever done.
But that's
But
a low
you
bar.
don't
That's
have-
not a very high bar.
If you just put the Fantastic Four logo on a screen for an hour and a half and then left, it would be better than every other Fantastic Four movie.
Even the
Yes.
first
Yes.
Tim Story one.
Yes.
Yes.
Because that movie is dumb.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Ant-Man
feel like
3.
it's at this point. I don't know if anyone can really do that.
I'm putting low
Very-
expectations. My
Okay.
expectations for this are not high at all.
All right, Ant-Man, middle of the road.
Yeah, I'm putting it below
Both
Multiverse.
Ant-Man 1 and 2 are
No,
both
no, no.
very
Better than.
mediocre.
I think it'll be better than Doctor Strange, though.
Okay, we'll put it better than Doctor Strange.
I just don't think Peyton Reed's a very good director.
Yeah,
It's just that's it. I mean, it's got a very likable cast. They're
But
always
Paul Rudd's fun.
they're always
enough.
funny. They're always doing a good goof.
Yeah, but it's,
Also, Kang the Conqueror being the villain of Ant-Man? Huh? That would be like making Thanos the villain of, like, WandaVision.
I am Groot.
Yeah, like that's the tier of villain he is does not at all match with the tier of character he's up against, unless he like tortures and kills their whole family and then leaves the movie and everyone dies. That's the only way that makes sense.
Maybe it'll be like someone working for Kang is like they're fighting someone that works for Kang, and then they kind of realize.
Yeah, it
who he's
could be
working for.
that.
But like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. That one confuses me. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Fun enough.
I'm gonna put it
Fine.
here.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
gonna
it'll
put it
be fun.
right here.
It'll be a fun Christmas time and not much else.
Actually, I think Thor will probably be better than. I'm actually.
Yeah, I don't.
it's
know.
it's
only like
Christmas
40
It's
special.
a
minutes.
Christmas special. It's not
It's
even.
gonna be 45 minutes.
I don't
long.
even know how you rank that, honestly. Okay, Wakanda
Wakanda
Forever. I want it so desperately to be good, but given the circumstances of the movie,
And how many times it's been
I
rewritten.
don't know if it. I'll put it here. I'll put it here
I
for now.
just for its own sake, I don't want to give
This
it
is
high
how good I
expectations.
want it to be, but I'm not expecting it to meet
No.
that standard.
No.
I want it to be good because the first one's really good, but the situation that it's in is not good,
No.
and I don't know how they're gonna
And
recover.
I think either way, they're not going to make a lot.
If
of
they
people happy.
manage to make something that's genuinely good, that will be very impressive,
Yes.
given the circumstances that they're in.
I feel this movie is going to be split between what should be like a really nice goodbye to Chadwick Boseman,
Yeah,
and then like half of it is like the
setting up this new.
No, and then
character.
the other half is just another Marvel movie.
Yeah,
It's just like
It's in a
here's
really
our-
weird
Here's our
spot,
villain. We need to fight him. Big fight. end of movie, and then the other half is like a really touching goodbye. I feel like it's
Yeah.
gonna have a hard. It's gonna be split.
It's gonna be hard to find the balance there.
Okay, these
All
next
right.
two are the same thing, and you accidentally put them in twice.
I thought these are different things.
No, these are the
I didn't make this tier list.
the Marvels is Captain Marvel 2.
Sure.
Yes,
Okay, then we'll just.
Captain Marvel.
I think it'll
the
be
Marvels.
not
I'll
super
put
good.
it here
No,
because
I
I'm
think it'll
expecting
be-
it to be basically the same as Miss Marvel.
I have low
okay.
expectations.
What's the Monica Rambeau? Really fun character. I like her. Miss Marvel, really fun character. I like her.
The problem is that Brie Larson just
Brie Larson
drags it down.
Drags it down, but maybe,
The other two
just
can
maybe,
compensate.
the other two will bring it back up.
Maybe it'll be like
because keep in mind, in Avengers, she's fine. She's not horrible. She's just fine.
she's
So
just
maybe
kind of
if
annoying.
she has some other characters to play off of that are genuinely likable, it'll help the whole vibe of the movie go up.
Yeah, I like the other two characters, so
So that's where I'm
Maybe.
putting that. Yeah.
Ironheart, low expectations.
Ironheart, I'll put it bottom of DC.
Yeah.
nah.
Because I think there's potential for that character.
That character never worked in the comics.
Never worked in the comics, but neither did Miles Morales.
Miles
And in-
Morales worked
in
pretty
his
well.
movie, he was great.
Miles Morales worked better than Ironheart did.
Or like, Miss Marvel in her comics is kind of
Miss Marvel
not great,
also worked better than.
but in her
Ironheart
show
did.
she's fine. She's pretty good.
Ironheart was not a fan favorite ever.
But it could become one.
I don't think it will.
It's definitely gonna be better than Fantastic Four.
Ooh.
If I can get it.
I
to
think
be
no,
that
just
way.
leave. Fantastic Four is fine.
All right, dude.
Okay, but hang on. If John Krasinski is in Fantastic Four,
Then I'll put it.
I think it'll be better
put it
than
right.
Ironheart. I think it'll be better than
All right,
Ironheart.
well, these
Especially if he directs it. 'Cause then
if
I
he
think
directs
it'll
it,
be
then maybe.
better. And
yes.
also, he's very likable.
yeah. Well,
so
he's
I
a very
think-
talented director too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll
Secret
leave it there for now.
Invasion, low expectations.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that story justice in a Disney Plus
Not
show.
anymore.
With
Not
no-
after what they set up in Miss Marvel.
Well, that
just
and with
makes no
none of
sense.
the actual major characters.
Great story.
Yeah.
Not going to be great.
Great comic book story. Again, watch on Disney Plus. There's an Avengers cartoon called Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. It's the best Marvel thing. Watch it. In that show, they do Secret Invasion, and they do it
very well.
They do it flawlessly. It's amazing. Genuinely great. This isn't going to be that.
Why are all the good Marvel shows canceled after exactly 2 seasons?
I don't know. Especially, they got so
This-
snubbed with that ending. They defeated Galactus in the first season, and then they just bring him back and fight him again in the second season
That's
with
'cause
no
they were-
explanation of how he got
That's
there.
because they were forced to make a series finale.
Yeah.
They were supposed to do it.
For context, even though no one cares, but we don't have a whole lot of news this week. In the Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon, it's at one point they take Galactus and they trap him in a universe of infinite antimatter, so he can always eat forever and he'll never have to kill anyone again. Then in season 2, the studio was like, "Hey, your show's getting canceled a season before you finish all your stuff," and they went, "Uh-oh, how do we finish? I don't know. Galactus shows up again," and they have to fight him again, and it doesn't make any sense. But yeah. Anyways, I think this is a pretty good ranking for our Marvel stuff for Phase 4.
Oh, one very anticipated thing, 2 kind of anticipated things, a bunch of things we don't really care about, a bunch of bad things, and then I Am Groot.
Yes. All
I
right.
don't think I Am Groot will be that bad,
I just don't care.
but it's like
it's
no
like a baby show.
expectations.
Like I don't care.
Okay.
Okay. On to the news
Let's
for
see
this
how long
week.
we're
Woo! Huh? Oh, we're taking a break. We'll be right back.
Edit this part out.
Hour and 20.
Never mind. We're not taking a break. We're keeping going.
We're gonna go for about 20 more minutes, and then we're gonna stop.
Maybe. Okay. The Last of Us Part 1 has reportedly been completed and is ready for retail release. But the game's full reveal will be in a few months. Why? Okay, a Sony doing a Sony, as usual.
Now I can pay $70 instead of $60.
Woo! Even
for
though
an
the
old
game's
game.
already been
For a
remastered.
game that's already been
Whoop,
remastered.
Whoop.
Like, not even that long ago.
And looked better than this one.
Alrighty, Respawn is looking to hire more people for a single-player FPS that they are developing in the Apex Legends universe.
Which is like the 7th game Respawn is making all
so,
at once.
Titanfall 3?
No. If it is
It's in the
Titanfall
Apex
3,
What
Legends
is the
universe.
Apex
If
universe?
if it is
The Titanfall universe?
if it is Titanfall 3, they're not going to call it Titanfall 3.
Why not? Everyone loved Titanfall 1 and
Because
2.
Apex is now the more popular thing.
We'll
So
call
they would
it-
call it Apex something.
Call it Titanfall Apex.
or Apex.
Apex Titanfall, whatever.
I would
Put
make
Titanfall in the name though.
But they keep saying they are not going to make a Titanfall 3.
Why?
Apex
Everyone
Titans.
likes that game.
I don't know
Make
why.
another.
They're like, yeah.
Or at least turn the servers back on for the other ones so they can at least keep playing.
No, they want you playing Apex. They want everyone playing Apex.
All right, anyway. Bayonetta 3 gets M rating.
Obviously.
This isn't super surprising, but it's just kind of cool that what is essentially a first-party Nintendo game is getting an M rating. It's not really, but it basically
They're gonna
is.
buy Platinum at some point, right?
Eventually. It's like HAL Labs, where
Why
it's
don't
like
they buy
they don't
Platinum?
technically own them, but they only make stuff for them, and all their characters are considered first-party characters.
Because they're not allowed to make games for
For
anyone else.
Yeah. Alrighty, on to business gaming news. Industry analysts predict Elden Ring will end the year as the highest-selling game of 2022, beating Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and that is the first time since 2009 that Call of Duty would
No,
not.
only the third time.
Never mind, only the third time. It's happened three
Since
times.
2009 that Call of Duty would not top the highest
Yeah.
selling game of the year.
That makes perfect
So those
sense.
two
That-
times
Elden
were
Ring is a very good game.
Red Dead Redemption 2 and I forget.
Breath of the Wild.
No, it wasn't Breath of the Wild. It was it was
Mario Kart or something.
I forget.
Oh, it might have been Animal Crossing.
It was it was Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh.
Oh,
Grand
yeah,
Theft Auto
that-
5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 are the only. So Rockstar.
So the only thing that beats Call of Duty is like open
is
world
Rockstar.
masterpieces.
So this will be the first time
Yay from Soft.
since like 2008 that a company that's not Activision or Rockstar would top this list.
Yeah.
So that's
That's
pretty
cool.
impressive.
Whoop,
That's
whoop,
cool.
from Soft.
I mean,
Oh, and
Elden Ring is
From software.
the best game released this year easily. So I mean,
It's going to be better than anything
yeah,
else.
Yeah.
that was probably the best game that I've
Now that
played
Breath of the
in a
Wild's
while.
been kicked back, there's no way anything's beating Elden
Yeah,
Ring.
nothing else.
And
really stands a
I don't
chance.
think it's on here, but FromSoft actually said they were working on some new projects.
Oh yeah, apparently whatever their next
And,
game is also almost done.
Yeah, they were like almost
I
finished
wonder if
with
they're
the
not just
project.
going to release like a really big expansion for Elden
No,
Ring.
no, they said they were doing DLC too.
Yeah, well, I would assume that.
But like that project that they're almost finished with is different.
I wonder if they'll make a Dark Souls whatever, and then like Elden Ring DLC.
But I don't think they're doing any more Dark Souls though.
Why not?
They said they weren't doing any. They said that 3 was the last one. I think.
Probably be another
Oh.
Sekiro
I'm pretty sure they
thing.
said
Yeah,
that.
they might do another.
Yeah, they'll do
Sekiro
something like
thing.
that.
People
Or
like that game.
maybe another Blood. They did Bloodborne, right?
Yeah,
but I think
I think they're kind of.
Bloodborne
But
was
they kind of
basically
like
just
didn't.
Dark Souls.
I don't
Yeah, they
think they
kinda don't
really
care
wanted
about
to
Bloodborne,
do
though.
anything with the properties that they already have.
I could see another Sekiro, especially
All their
Maybe a
games,
Sekiro.
because we don't have one on the PS5.
all their games are the
Maybe.
same type of game.
Yeah.
So
Alrighty.
But they are pretty.
On to
different.
TV news. We really don't have a whole lot this week other than the Emmy nominations. So
which would take us forever if we
which
went
always
through.
take us forever.
And we
so we're going
we
to
don't
go
watch
through.
enough TV. We've seen like maybe 5 of the things
All
total.
right, where's the?
No, I
list
watch
of
every TV
stuff?
show. So
There's the list of stuff. There it is. Okay.
There's the list of.
So
stuff.
nominated for outstanding drama series, we have Better Call Saul. That makes sense. Euphoria
Hey, I almost.
makes sense.
I
Ozark
watched the
didn't
first
watch it,
episode.
but I've heard good things. Severance, same thing about Ozark. Squid Game and Stranger Things. One of
Good
those two is
show.
going to win.
Nope.
And then there's other ones. Too.
Succession and Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Succession's gonna win.
Yeah, Succession will probably win. Just 'cause
Succession
it always
was nominated
wins.
for the most things, and it's the most critically adored.
Euphoria, honestly, is just dark.
Euphoria it's too early.
Too dark for
Euphoria.
most audiences.
And also,
honestly.
it's too early for that to win anything. It's like
Yeah,
too young. As
It's
a
a
show.
baby show.
Better Call Saul. It's being nominated for the first part of its final season. So the second
Yeah.
part next year, that's the one that'll win as like a fun goodbye. Squid Game won't win, and Stranger Things won't win because it's too popular.
Yeah.
And no one
Alrighty.
watched Yellow Jackets.
Comedy series, no one watched
Oh, I
this.
watched
no
Abbott
one watched
Elementary.
that. No one watched that.
Okay, you
Some
tell
people
them what
like
they
this one.
Sam. You have to read them.
Okay, Abbott Elementary, which
I watched that show.
I believe
Which is that the
I watched that
only?
only network show.
I think that's the only network show.
That
Yeah.
show is actually pretty good.
I've seen ads for
It's
it. On
people love it. People
It's
love
actually a pretty
Abbott.
good show.
Maybe I'll watch it then.
It's like the most popular like network show on right now.
Yeah.
That
Alright.
isn't Sunday Night Football.
There's Barry from HBO and HBO
That's
Max.
Bill Hader's show.
Okay. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
You know.
You know that. You know that. Hacks.
Which is
Uh,
HBO Max. It's
Yeah, yeah, Hacks. The Marvelous Miss Maisel, one of the 3 shows on Amazon Prime. You might have heard of it. Some people like it.
Only
I've heard
Murders
good
in the
things about it.
Building, Ted Lasso.
Yeah,
and What
you
We
definitely have seen ads for this, but you haven't watched it.
I watched Only Murders.
Yes.
It's a good show. It's not a great. It's not very funny, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. And Ted Lasso season 2.
That's gonna win.
It'll win just because Apple has the most money.
I think the only.
but I don't think that it's the best one.
I don't. The only other thing on here.
Oh, What We Do in the Shadows.
What we do with the shadows is not gonna win.
Yeah.
I think it's between Ted Lasso and Hacks. I don't think Curb is gonna win. Barry is a little bit too dark to win the comedy category.
Yeah.
Marvelous Miss Maisel is just not.
Well, Amazon has a lot of money too. It could be.
I think it's going to.
If we're going purely based on which one bribed the Emmys the most,
I think
it's definitely Apple and
Ted Lasso. There's always a front runner in the comedy and the drama, and Ted Lasso is always the front runner in the comedy now.
Yeah, well, the first season was genuinely one of the best shows ever. And then this season was pretty good, but it wasn't nearly as good as season 1.
But I still think it was. It's too popular.
Yeah.
The rest of these don't really have anything on it, in terms of popularity.
Alrighty, outstanding limited or anthology series. We had Dope Sick, which was supposed to be a movie on Hulu, but it became a short series.
And then we have The Dropout, which is another Hulu show.
I don't even know what that is.
Inventing Anna on Netflix, Pam and Tommy on Hulu, and The White Lotus.
I don't know
White
what
Lotus
any of these are.
Oh, I guess that it's an anthology.
I only know what Dope Sick is because when I
I've
go
seen
into
ads for it
Hulu,
on Hulu. Yeah.
it's like the first thing on there.
Pam and Tommy is probably going to win.
Sure.
Sure.
How's
yeah,
that?
I don't know.
That's just generally the most popular one, but if it's not that one, it's probably going to be...
Probably White Lotus because
might be White Lotus.
HBO has more money than these guys.
Well, White Lotus,
Netflix
maybe. I
has
think
money.
that was the most prestigious one.
Actually, you know what? Hulu has
Because
money.
Netflix
They
has
got
no
Disney
money right now, and Hulu never had money, so I think the White Lotus will
And
but-
The Dropout and Dope Sick just weren't good enough.
Yeah. All right. Outstanding lead actress in a drama series. We had Killing
Jodie
Eve.
Comer.
With
The actual names are on the bottom, and then the shows are
we
always
had
at the
Jodie
top.
Comer from Killing Eve. We had Laura Linney from Ozark. Have Melanie Linsky from Yellow Jackets. Sandra Oh
Also
from
from
Killing Eve. Also, we have Reese Witherspoon from The Morning Show, and we had Zendaya from Euphoria.
Zendaya.
I think Zendaya's is the most impressive,
She
given
won
how her
2
career
years
started
ago.
compared to how like the series is now. I think it's a very interesting change. But
I know Killing Eve, their last season was their last one, so it could be one of those two. I don't think either one of them is up on the other.
I don't think Zendaya is old enough.
Zendaya already won the Emmy
for
the first season of Euphoria.
I don't know if she can do it again.
So I don't know if they'll do it again for
You
the
are
second
still
season.
the best.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll do that. I think it might be the Yellow Jackets one.
Yeah. Alrighty, outstanding lead actor in a drama series. We had Jason Bateman from Ozark. We had Brian Cox from Succession. We have Lee Jung-jae from Squid Game. I think that's how you say that. We have Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul. Adam Scott from Severance. And Jeremy Strong from Succession.
I'm gonna go with Adam Scott. Severance is another one they really, and that's
I
the most
think
recent.
Lee Jung-jae
Yeah, I think
should
he also
win.
has a strong chance because they love to give it to like the unknown foreign actor.
That's the thing.
Because they feel really good about themselves.
They won't give them best show.
No,
but they might give them best actor.
Because they feel really good about it when they give it to someone who isn't like their best friend.
But also consider they watched the dub, so they probably won't give it to him because they are lazy and can't read. So they definitely watched the dub.
Yeah. But I think it's probably between Adam Scott and Lee Jung-jae.
But if they watch the sub, then he will definitely win.
Yeah.
All right. It depends on which version they watch.
Lead actress in a comedy series.
We have the Rachel
Brosnahan?
Sure, that's something. From Marvelous Miss Maisel. We have Quinta Brunson from Abbott Elementary. Haley Cuckoo.
Cuoco. Cuckoo, Sam?
Cuoco? This is a U.
Cuoco.
What
That's how
else?
you say your name.
This name. From The Flight Attendant. Ellie Fanning from The Great.
Issa Rae.
Why are there so many Hulu shows this year? And we have Issa Rae from Insecure. And Jean Smart from Hacks.
I think they're going to give it to Quinta Brunson. Because she's like the new one on the block, and the other ones I think have all won stuff before, and Abbott Elementary, I don't think is going to win anything else, and they're going to want to give it something.
Yeah, just because.
So they'll give it. I think they'll give it to her. And
Oh, is
also,
the main
she
person?
also like writes and directs and produces the
Oh,
show
that's
too.
She's a pretty good actor.
So I think it'll be like a general like catch-all award.
Yeah, just give you something for all the things
Yeah.
you did. All right.
Lead actor.
Lead actor in a comedy series. We had Donald Glover from Atlanta. Like Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Never wins anything.
Poor
We
guy.
have
Well, he
Bill Hader.
doesn't he win stuff for his music? Has he ever won stuff
has
for his
only
I
made,
think
music?
he's
like-
definitely
I think he
won
has.
stuff
He's
as
only made
Charles
one
Champion.
song that I've heard. I don't know. We have Bill Harder from Barry.
Hater.
Hater?
There's no R.
Oh, yeah, well, there's an R, but it's over here. I just
Bill
put it
Harder.
in my
Did you
brain, it
say
went over
Bill Harder?
there. Yeah.
He's an actor in a different kind of show.
That's not from Barry. That's from something else.
That's for something else. That show ain't gonna be on HBO.
Well, it might be on HBO. Wouldn't be on any of the other networks
No.
though.
That's not coming on Disney products.
Nicholas Holt from The Great. Steve Martin from Only Murderers in the Building. Martin Short from Only Murderers in the Building. And Jackson Sudeikis.
Jason.
Whatever.
Did
Jason Sudeikis.
You
from Ted
can't
Lasso.
read.
I didn't even read the name.
Oh!
I saw the last name, and then I autofilled what I thought went here.
Let's see, Marvin Shoot for Only Murders in the
I
Building.
love Marvin Shute.
I think Bill Hader's probably gonna walk away with this.
Yeah, because
That's another thing where
they got to give him something.
he co-created, writes episodes for, stars in, produces, and directs that show. It's mostly him making that show by
Yeah.
himself.
Then we have Outstanding Lead Actress in a Limited or Anthology Series or Movie.
Yes.
Wow, way to
I think
mush those all
it's
into one
TV
thing.
movie, which are pretty much non-existent anymore.
Yeah, they really don't do those.
So they're counting. They count streaming, like exclusive streaming movies as TV.
but those also get nominated for
Yes.
Oscars,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have The Staircase on HBO
Colette.
with Toni Collette as Kathleen
We have Julia Garner from Inventing Anna.
on
We
Netflix.
have Lily James from Pam and Tommy. Sarah Paulson from American Crime Story.
Impeachment, American Crime.
That's the third season. Margaret Qualley as from Maid, and then Amanda Seyfried from The Dropout. For this
Alright.
one,
I've seen none of these.
probably
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe Toni Collette. They love Toni
I'll
Collette.
say Lily James because she has a
She had a lot of
Um,
makeup on.
She had a lot of makeup.
Is
They
Lily
love
Sings on
makeup.
here?
Yeah, Lily sings from her late night show. All right, outstanding actor in a limited anthology series. The thing I said a minute ago. We have Colin
Andrew Garfield.
as
He's gonna win.
What is he from?
Sure.
Under the banner.
Oh,
He had
Oscar
an
Isaac
FX
is in a
show.
thing too.
He from is no.
Oh,
Not
on
from Movies
FX
from
Productions.
Michael Keaton from Dope Sick. Himish Patel from Station 11. And then
Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan from Pam and Tommy. Again, probably just Andrew Garfield.
Or Oscar Isaac, because he wins things.
They love Andrew Garfield.
They love.
Outstanding competition program.
So is this game
Best
shows?
worst reality show, basically.
Watch Squid Game Beyond.
Amazing Race. Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls.
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 And the
On
winner.
Prime Video.
On Prime
I did
Video.
not know that even exists.
Imagine
Nailed
being the
it.
one to announce that.
Nailed it. From
Magical
Netflix.
Elves for Netflix.
What?
What does that mean?
I think that's the production studio.
Netflix Magical Elves, the name of their production
I
company.
think the production company for Nailed It is named Magical Elves for Netflix.
It's a very stupid name.
Yeah.
RuPaul's Drag Race, Top Chef, and The Voice. All the usual suspects.
Big hitters
I'm
here.
gonna say Lizzo's Watch Out for
Wait,
the
no,
Big
Top Chef is
Girls.
also made by Magical Elves. Why are Magical Elves making all the reality TV
No, but
shows?
that's not Magical
not
Elves
for
for
Netflix.
Netflix.
No, because that's for Bravo.
Yes, but it doesn't say Magical Elves for Bravo.
No.
This makes no sense.
Which one of these quality programs is gonna win?
Well,
Imagine being the one to announce
I've
Lizzo's
seen
Watch Out
The
for the
Voice.
Big Girls.
I've seen The Voice like while working at the restaurant I work at, like that this was
It's
just
just
on.
on.
And I've seen like 2 episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race for other reasons.
I've seen none of these, and I don't feel bad about it.
I know what they are.
They're all
I just
about
don't care
equal
about
quality.
any of them.
Does Top Chef have Gordon Ramsay in it?
No.
Then I don't know. The Voice.
I'm gonna say Lizzo's.
I'll say The Voice.
I want Lizzo's
I
Watch
want
Out for the
Lizzo's
Big Girls
Watch
to
Out for
win,
the
'cause
Big
I want, like,
Girls.
Anthony Hopkins to come out and have to read that.
And the winner is Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big
And the winner of the
Girls.
prestigious award, Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls.
No,
I quit.
start read it right. Hey, read it right.
All right. We have outstanding variety talk series. Why is the McDonCast not up?
Why?
We got snubbed.
Best
No,
of the
Sam,
worst
we're too.
subs
Sam,
snubbed 2 years in a row.
Sam, we're too good for the Emmys. They don't even want to recognize us because we're too good.
We'll just win every
It
time.
We would
would
just
be
win
cool
every
if
year.
Just once one of these wasn't a late night talk show.
Yeah.
The late show, the late night.
Wait a minute.
Um,
Is Lily
Last
Sings
week
not here?
tonight,
No.
Jimmy Kimmel Live
Dang,
is
she
the
didn't
only
even-
one.
dang.
Last week tonight
doing
with
it.
John Oliver is gonna win. It wins literally every
Well,
year.
yeah, he did blackmail some members of Congress. So
They love him. They love him so much.
he's a pretty funny guy.
He wins. I think he's won like the past 5 years in a row or something.
Yeah.
It's always either him, and the only other person who ever has a chance is
Was
Stephen Colbert.
was the last season of the Late Show this year?
What?
With Stephen Colbert?
No,
I thought he wasn't doing it anymore.
No, James Corden's not doing his.
No, not James Corden. I thought he was going on to do his own.
No, James Corden's the one that's leaving.
Oh, okay.
And then Daily Show used to be the one that won all the time, but then Jon Stewart left, and now they don't care. So
Now
last
they
week
got
tonight,
Trevor
John Oliver's gonna
Noah.
win.
HBO in association with 16 String Jack Productions and Avalon Television. That is a long name.
Mhm.
Alrighty.
Outstanding variety sketch series. There's 2 on television, and they're both
We
nominated.
have a Black Lady sketch show on HBO Max and Saturday Night Live. I want a Black Lady sketch show to win just because Saturday Night Live had the Elon Musk episode and it was real bad.
So
That's like the
Elon
only
Musk.
episode I've seen.
I guess a black. I don't know. I guess a black lady. sketch
One of
show.
the 2 of these will win.
That one's
Next
gonna.
show.
That one's gonna win because Saturday Night Live
It's
has
just
like
so bad.
it has one. Good
I
episode.
actually watched like some of the recent season, and it's just like so no one cares on
Saturday
the show.
Night Live.
The only 2 guys that like actually want to be there are the 2 like weekly update guys.
Mhm.
And I think I laughed like one time because one of the dudes is just like, so I got this thing, pretty funny. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so sad. Or like they had, because Pete Davidson quit. Most
Yeah.
of their cast quit, or at least most of their cast that was
They've moved.
somewhat funny.
The good members of the cast move on to do funny things.
So like Pete Davidson, they were talking to him for like his final thing, and he was like, yeah, so I'm leaving. Lauren Michaels is a nice guy. And that was like it. He didn't care at all. And I was just like, wow, they really just phoned it in.
All right. Outstanding variety special live.
All right, the award show. The
So-
award. This is the awardie award.
This is literally the award.
This is
for
the
best
awardie award
show.
from that Scott DeWaz bit where he gave an award to the best award.
So we have the Grammys, live in front of a studio audiences, the facts of life in different strokes.
What on earth
What?
is that?
The Oscars, which should not even that telecast should just be thrown in the toilet.
The Pepsi Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl 56 halftime show starring Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and 50 Cent. And the Tony Awards
That's not-
present Broadway's back.
But the Pepsi Super Bowl is not even a like an award.
It was a live special.
But it's not an award.
Well, this isn't for awards. This is
All
for,
the rest of them are award shows.
Well, that's because no other telecast.
And
is
the
live.
award for best award givers goes out to the
to
best
us.
award givers, us.
Okay, it's gonna be.
Yeah, why is last year? Wait,
Okay.
they acknowledge that they're not as good because they didn't nominate
Well, you
themselves.
can't nominate yourself.
Why not? You know the Oscars would if they had an awardie
Well, the
award.
Oscars are the Oscars.
The Emmys are basically the same.
Live in front of a studio audience is probably gonna win, and then it'd be funny if I like the Pepsi Super Bowl 56 halftime show starring Dr. Dre.
I just want to
I just
read
wanna
the whole
have to
name.
read the whole
Yeah,
And the
Uh,
winner
that
is
was the most
Pepsi-
entertaining of these by
that's the
far.
only one of these I think I saw. So
The Oscars should not. The last Oscars broadcast should not be.
even
mentioned
they know
anywhere
that it's bad.
next to
Like,
quality.
alrighty, outstanding variety special pre-recorded.
Yes.
So all of these.
We have
Um,
Adele's One Night Only, which I assume is a concert of some sort.
Dave Chappelle's The
Which is a
Closer.
Netflix special.
Harry Potter 20th anniversary return to Hogwarts.
We got
which
that
is-
some funny memes from
which
that.
was a reunion special. That did get funny memes. Norm Macdonald, Nothing Special, which was his posthumous late night, not late night, stand-up.
And didn't he
special.
die last year?
Yes.
Okay, so he should win.
And then One Last Time, An Evening with Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. It should be the Norm
I'm
Macdonald
thinking
one.
one
Yeah,
last
you gotta-
time, an
you
evening
gotta
with
give it
Tony
to
Bennett
him.
and Lady
You
Gaga.
You gotta give him
But
the You Died award.
they would all die rather than give it to Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And then Adele and the Tony Bennett Lady Gaga one are probably the other two that have a chance.
It'll be
I
Lady
think
Gaga
it'll be either the
one.
Lady Gaga one or the Norm Macdonald.
I think the Norm Macdonald one would be a nice gesture.
Yeah. Alrighty. Outstanding supporting actor in a comedy series. Why is that below all of the
I don't
things?
know, because whatever.
We got Anthony Carrigan. Yeah, something like that.
From
From
Barry.
Barry. We got Brett Goldstein from Ted Lasso, who's also going to be Thor going to be Hercules in the next Thor movie. We got Tahib Jimo as from Ted Lasso also.
Yes.
We got Nick Mohammed from Ted Lasso,
Lasso.
also.
Tony Shalhoub from Marvelous Mrs. Label, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Tyler James Williams from Abbott Elementary,
Oh,
Henry
that's
Winkler from Barry, and Bowen Yang from Saturday Night Live.
Give
Why
it
is there
to
like 9 for this?
Give
Tyler
it to
James
one of the Ted
Williams.
Lasso guys.
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
one. You
One
don't
of them probably
nominate 3
deserves it.
people from Ted Lasso and not give it to any of them.
Yeah, give it to one of them.
I hate all of you.
One of the Ted Lasso dudes.
Outstanding
They probably
supporting-
deserve it.
Outstanding supporting actor in a drama series. We have Nicholas Braun from Succession, Billy Crudup from The Morning Show, Kieran Culkin from Succession, Park Hae-soo from Squid Game, Matthew McFadden
From Succession.
from Succession, John Turturro from Severance, Christopher Walken from Severance, and Sam, scroll down.
Squid Game.
Oh Young-soo
As-
from Squid Game.
that was the old man.
Yes.
I wonder if it'll be Succession.
Probably one of the
Probably
Successions.
Succession.
What is this one? Oh, supporting actor.
Probably a Succession one.
Probably Succession.
All right, scroll down. Outstanding supporting actor in a limited series or anthology
Or movie.
or a movie.
All right. Murray Barla.
It's gonna go
Let's
to
give
Seth
it to
Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Yeah,
All right,
moving on.
move down.
I don't care about that category at all.
Same with this one. Supporting actress in a
No,
comedy
this one
series.
has actually like a big one. Okay.
Alex Bornstein from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Anna Einbinder
Einbinder?
from
Something like
Hacks.
that.
Janelle James from Abbott Elementary, Kate
she has an
McKinnon from
alliterative
SNL,
name.
Wait, how do you?
Sarah Niles from Ted Lasso, Cheryl Lee Ralph from
Ted Lasso will
Abbott
win this
Elementary.
case.
Wait,
Three
wait,
of them are
for-
Ted Lasso.
okay,
Hannah
for
Whittingham and Judah
Saturday-
Temple from Ted Lasso.
For Saturday Night Live, wouldn't they all be supporting actors?
Yeah, how do you have a main one?
There's no
they're
main
all,
actor.
That's what they're all under.
Yeah, so who's the main actor?
this is-
There isn't one. It's an
Exactly.
ensemble. So what do you mean? This is for
All
supporting
right, one of the
actor,
Ted
Max.
Lasso ones wins next.
Doesn't make any sense.
What do you? I don't
All right.
understand what you're
Outstanding
upset
supporting actress in a drama series.
about. Patricia Arquette from Severance, Julia Garner from Ozark, Jung Hung Yoon from Squid Game. Sorry, Christina Ricci from Yellow Jackets, Rhea Seehorn from Better Call Saul, J. Smith Cameron from Succession, Sarah Shook from Succession, and Sydney Sweeney from Euphoria.
Who's Kim?
Give it to Squid Game.
It's one of the Successions. It's gonna be
But she was cool.
too bad.
She had the cool jacket.
Yeah, but the Academy can't read,
That's true. Forgot
and they
about
don't
that.
watch anything not made in America.
Forgot that they don't read. All right, next shows.
Outstanding supporting actress in a limited
We
anthology
didn't care
series or
about this one
movie.
before. We're not going to care about it again.
We gotta pick a person though.
Sarah O'Connor.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer
'cause she has
Coolidge
the
is
last name
Tanya.
of a president.
Outstanding writing for a comedy series. Abbott Elementary for Pilot. Barry for 710N. Barry for Starting Now. Hacks for The One, The Only Murders in the Building for True Crime. Ted Lasso for No Weddings. and a
Ted
Funeral.
Lasso, because that episode had a Rickroll in it.
No,
All right,
yeah,
moving
Ted
on.
Lasso. Outstanding writing for a drama series. Better Call Saul for Plan and Execution.
It should be that one.
Ozark for A Hard Way to Go. Severance for The Way We Are. Squid Game for
Actually,
One Lucky
probably
Day.
Squid Game.
Succession, All the Bells Say. Yellow Jackets, F Sharp, and
Okay,
Yellow
this
Jackets
one
Pilot.
genuinely actually give
Yeah, probably Squid Game.
that
Yeah.
show had the best writing.
Good, okay,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Alrighty.
Outstanding writing for a limited limited series.
Let's just pick one. Station
11.
Yeah, because
Never seen
Sarah
sounds like
Burgers.
7-Eleven.
What? Outstanding writing for a variety series.
These are the same.
Oh,
John
my
Oliver.
gosh.
John
Yeah,
Oliver's
John
gonna win
Oliver.
again.
Why not? They're
oh
all
my gosh, why are
improv
these all
anyway.
paragraphs?
writers
Oh my
Saturday Night
gosh!
Live.
Oh
Saturday Night
my
Live,
gosh.
guys. No wonder that show's so
Jeez.
expensive.
How many head writers do they have alone?
Do they have like one person write each word for
1,
each
2,
joke?
3.
They all
4,
just try to make
5.
Lorne Michaels laugh
have
one
5
night, and then they'd like do whatever that joke is.
They have 5 head writers and a senior writer, and then a million staff writers.
What they should do, I think they literally just You know that game where you like you write a word and then you pass it to the next person. They write a word and then at the
So
end
they
you have
do
a-
all their sketches.
that's how they do all their sketches. They just take turns one word at a time.
Outstanding writing for a comedy special. Norm Macdonald, nothing special. He
Yeah,
gets to
sure.
win.
We like because he's dead, so give him the award. All right. Outstanding writing for a non-fiction program.
The Problem with Jon Stewart.
Yeah,
haven't seen any
yeah,
of
there's
these.
so many problems with Jon Stewart. Can't stand that guy.
Can't
Standing
stand Jon
directing.
Stewart.
Atlanta, Barry, Hex, The Miss Pat Show, Only Murders in the Building, Only Murders in the Building, Ted Lasso.
Sarah Burgers.
What is this directing?
Atlanta.
Sarah
No,
Burgers.
Ted Lasso. Just because everyone didn't laugh during the Rickroll.
Okay, fine.
That takes effort. All
Ted
right.
Lasso. Directing for a drama series, Ozark, Severance, Squid Game, Succession, Yellow Jackets. One of the
Sure.
One of
Successions.
the
One of the
successions.
successions.
Outstanding directing for a limited series, Dope Sick, The Dropout, Made, Station 11, The
again
White
is
Lotus.
7-Eleven still.
right,
7-Eleven.
It's not an
directing for a variety series. Did he even have directors?
How much effort goes into directing an episode of
Oh
Seth
my
Meyers?
gosh. This is gonna get to like the
Oh,
overseer of the
this is
director of
Seth
the
Meyers, not
director.
just directed?
Sam. Seth Meyers episode 1252. That one was much better than
Oh my gosh,
1251.
I loved that 1,252 episodes. of Seth
That's
Meyers.
so absurdly stupid.
Okay,
yeah, sure, that one.
Give it to the 1,000.
This is gonna get to, like-
second episode of
Late
Seth
night
Meyers.
Seth
This is
Meyers.
gonna get to like the best understudy of the understudy of the director of the director under
Outstanding
him.
directing for a variety special, Adele, Dave Chappelle, Jared Carmichael, Norm
Give it
Macdonald,
to the
Pepsi
Super Bowl
Super Bowl-
Pepsi show.
Dave Chappelle.
Shush,
'cause
the
Snoop Dogg
Pepsi
was
Super
there.
Bowl 56
Snoop Doggy Dog.
The Pepsi Super Bowl 56 halftime show starring Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and 50 Cent. You have to read the whole title.
Right. We'll give it
D.O.
to
double
them.
G. Give
They-
it to him.
They should have it.
All right, directing
they
for
have
a
a director.
documentary, Andy Warhol Diaries, Beatles Get Back to win. It's not even a question.
This
Peter
doesn't-
Jackson made it.
How do you? No one directed this.
Part
Peter
3,
Jackson did
days
that.
17
He didn't
to
direct
22.
it.
He
It's a
didn't direct-
documentary.
He didn't
really-
direct
This
their
should go to
year.
editing. This should be best
It's
editing.
really an editing award.
But it says directing right there.
Well, he was like, put
it's
this
Peter
part
Jackson.
here.
He's gonna win.
Yeah, Peter Jackson wins. He did Lord of the Rings. Okay. Yeah.
Directing for a reality.
Let's watch out for the big girls.
Keep scrolling.
Yep, that one wins.
Guest actor in a comedy series.
Why is this even a thing?
What? This is so stupid.
Yeah,
Lizzo's-
Bill
Hard hater for
Lizzo's
Curb.
watch
Bill
out for the
Hader
big
from
girls.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Sarah Berger.
Who's James Lance? Are they famous?
Outstanding host for a
Outstanding.
reality program. We can skip these.
Shark
We can just
Tank.
Stop.
Shark Tank.
MGM Television.
Yeah, Shark Tank.
Guest actor in a drama series.
Who has the funniest name?
Who has that funny?
Sarah Berger.
Coleman Domingo, James Cromwell, Adrian.
Tom
Brody.
Pelfrey.
Tom Pelfrey.
I'm gonna go with
What
Tom
about
Pelfrey.
Arian? This sounds kind of. It looks kind of. So if you take the D off, it says Mayo. But like if you swap all
I
the
think
other
we should
words.
give it to Tom Pelfrey.
Yeah, Tom Pelfrey.
Oh,
Tom
whoa, this guy's name's
Pelvis.
cool though. What about Alexander Skarsgård? Anyway.
No, no, I'm
Alrighty,
giving it to
outstanding
Tom
guest
Pelvis.
Actress in a comedy series.
All right, Jay Adams, Harriet Sansom Harris, Jane Lynch.
Give it to
Lauren
one of the
Metcalf,
freaking 6
Caitlin
Hacks
Olsen.
nominations. Why are there so many?
Olsen twins. Okay, next one.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Next one.
All right, outstanding
He
guest
wins best
actress in a
guest
drama
actor in
series. Were
Squid
they a
Game.
guest
Squid Game.
actress? Were they not in like every episode?
She was in every episode, but they didn't watch it, so they don't know.
Uh,
Outstanding act. We haven't even gotten to the animated.
wait a
stuff
minute!
yet.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait a minute!
You have a problem?
YouTube can get nominated.
Yes.
Okay, why aren't we
Why
on
are
there?
not we
why
on
aren't
the
we
list?
on there?
Sam, Red Letter Media was on the Emmy ballot. They had 2 shows on there.
Okay, how does YouTube not just win all of these? Honestly, like every single. How has Mr. Beast not been nominated like 15 times?
Sam, who runs the Academy?
Not Mr.
Old
Beast.
men.
Mr. Beast could probably buy it.
You think old men
You
watch?
think Mr. Beast wouldn't buy the Academy just for a bit?
John, I think Mr. Beast should win. Okay, what does he do?
Just
I don't
keep
know.
Scroll to the animated one.
Yeah, let's get to the animated stuff. Is there
voiceover
animated stuff?
performance.
The Rock. The Rock.
Did The
Cindy-
Rock?
oh, that's-
Barack Obama. Barack Obama.
Barack
wins.
Obama narrator.
Did he even do any? Whatever.
a narrator.
Barack
Who
Obama.
narrated that show?
Uh,
Outstanding movie.
Lionsgate Universal.
Rescue
Next one.
Rangers.
Sure, that's a real movie, kind
Wait,
of.
wait, hold on.
There's always wait. They made a movie.
They
for
made
that?
a movie for that?
Yes, it acted as a series finale. It was also a Christmas special, and it was
Oh.
exclusive to the Roku
I
channel.
know they made a season
I watched
2.
the whole show. I didn't watch that.
I watched
it's
season
exclusively
1.
on the Roku
I
channel.
watched season 1, then I tried season 2, and then I was like, oh, this is bad, and then
It's
I
the
stopped
same.
watching
It's
it.
literally every episode's the exact same.
The
It's
first
like
season
Power
1
Rangers.
wasn't that
Every
good.
episode's the same.
Okay,
It's really
the
not that
Randy
good.
Rainbow Show wins YouTube.
YouTube wins every YouTube.
YouTube
Sure.
wins everything. Outstanding short
YouTube
form.
wins
The
again.
Rock.
Just
The
keep
Rock.
scrolling. Just keep scrolling.
Wait, is The Rock nominated?
No.
Oh, dang.
Sarah Berger.
Documentary special, documentary series.
John Coughlin. Andy Warhol.
Hosted nonfiction.
Hosted not no, we got to do hosted nonfiction series special.
Is Lizzo's
My
watch
guest
out
needs
for
no
the
introduction, and we're not going to introduce them. All right.
Exceptional merit. What? Special merit in documentary filmmaking.
When Claude got
What
shot.
does that even mean?
I don't know. Outstanding structured reality program.
Where is Lizzo's watch out for the big girls?
Yeah, Shark Tank again.
Outstanding unstructured reality program.
Mm.
I say Below Deck Mediterranean. It could really be selling Sunset.
I say Cheer from Netflix just because they forgot the S.
Oh, one person on that show got arrested.
that makes it better. Yeah, we're
Outstanding
going with
animated
Cheer.
program. Arcane. If
Arcane.
Arcane doesn't win, then they've
Arcane.
done
Well,
something
Rick and
wrong.
Morty's on
okay,
there.
actually taking a break from us doing bits for the last 5 minutes. Arcane genuinely deserves
If
to win.
Arcane does not win, there's something wrong.
It
what
is
about The Simpsons?
Best Western animated project since Avatar: The Last Airbender.
100%. It's not even
Maybe
close.
Clone Wars.
Wait, I'm confused with The Simpsons because it says The Simpsons, Pixelated and Afraid,
Yeah.
a Gracie Films
That
production and
episode.
associated
That
with
episode
20.
of wait, which episode of Arcane is it?
I think
That's the last
I
one,
think
right?
that's the last one.
Yeah.
Walls come tumbling down.
Spoiler
And then-
alert: the walls come crumbling
And then
down.
What If? That's the best episode of What If, but it's not going to win.
Which one?
When Doctor
Oh.
Strange lost his heart.
Yeah.
Wait, is
okay,
that
okay.
Arcane is better.
No, Arcane is better, but it's not as a series. It's just the one episode.
But that one episode is really, really good.
It's better. that is genuinely really good. Okay, don't watch the show. Watch that one episode of What If, and then ignore the rest of the series.
Yep.
That one episode's actually really good. All right. Outstanding short form animated program.
Star Wars Visions.
I watched this, but Star Wars Visions was
Star
way
Wars
better, and I'm
Visions.
going to go with
You
that.
didn't like.
I
The
watched
Boys
some of
Diabolical?
Love, Death, Robots. It was okay.
Okay, actually, that episode of Diabolical is actually really good.
Which one is it?
It's the. Did you watch Diabolical?
No.
Okay, so it's like it's 2D animated.
I know what it is, but I didn't watch it.
No, it's an anthology series.
I know.
That one is 2D animated. It's about this.
Is that the baby one?
No, that this woman's dying of cancer. Her husband, who's a janitor at Vought, steals some compound V, give it to her to cure her cancer. It turns out it doesn't cure her cancer. It makes her cancer leaves her body and becomes like a superpowered tumor mass. And then it starts killing everyone. And then she dies fighting the tumor, and then eventually kinds of ends up killing her anyway.
I guess
So
you
it's
could
a
say.
literal metaphor for cancer.
Yes.
I
Or
guess
instead
you
of
could say it's
a person having cancer, they're
cancerous.
literally fighting a big tumor.
Yes.
Okay.
Star Wars The Duel is still better.
Yeah, Star Wars Vision's probably
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. Especially that episode of Star Wars Visions.
That was the one with the brother
Is-
and the sister, right?
No, The Duel.
The first one.
First one.
Oh,
Black
yeah,
and
that
white
episode was
one,
really cool.
That,
It's
the
Jet-
coolest one.
Yeah, the
it's
best
the
one.
feudal Japan one.
My favorite one actually I think was The Village. That was my favorite one, but
Okay.
I like
Keep
those.
going. Keep going.
all right.
We can skip production design.
Yeah, who wins this? It was Squid Game. This was
Squid Game, yeah.
did really
Squid
good
Game
job.
does have
Squad
really good
Game.
On a low
production
budget, they did a really good job.
production design
again?
Loki.
Stranger. No.
The Stranger Things.
Wait. Okay, that is
Loki.
for 4.
All right.
Production design for a narrative program.
Loki.
Schmegmageddon, whatever
Mageddon.
that says. Give it to that.
Production design for a reality series.
Is
Saturday
Lizzo's
Night Live.
watch out for the big girls on here?
No, it's not.
I think it's why would you nominate specific episodes?
We'll give it to Queer Eye because we haven't
Okay.
given them anything else.
Hang on, Nathan, go up. So it's production design for a variety, reality, or competition series, but it's specific episodes.
Maybe
So,
because the sets vary drastically episode to episode on these kinds of shows.
Oh yeah, because I guess
So that actually would make sense for these. Because if they're doing like a Lord of the Rings thing, then the set might be.
Yeah, those sets in the Kim Kardashian SNL episode were really good.
Yeah, they were so that when they were in her house.
Outstanding production design. These are the exact same nominees for just the normal variety.
Yeah.
The
Pick,
Oscars.
wait, no, we have the Savage X Fenty Show, Volume 3.
3 on Prime Video.
I
Yeah,
think
we'll
it
give
was
to
the
them because they haven't
no.
done
Hold
it
on. Scroll back up. I think it was the Pepsi Super Bowl.
Yeah, okay,
56
cool.
halftime show.
All right, outstanding casting for a comedy series. Actually, probably Ted Lasso
What is this one?
casting.
Casting?
Or Curb Your Enthusiasm, just because they all play themselves. So, like, how on earth do you cast
I
anyone
think
else?
Only Murders is gonna win
Yeah,
because the
Just
core
the-
trio.
yeah.
Stranger Things.
Casting again.
Stranger Things,
We
guys.
talked about that earlier.
Is this
The
VFX?
casting actually just carries the
Oh,
show.
there's more casting.
Yeah.
More casting. White Lotus.
Definitely
casting
John.
Again for, how do you cast a
Yes,
reality
watch
show?
out for the big
Yeah,
girls.
Lizzo again. Lizzo's gonna sweep everything.
Hashtag Lizzo sweet.
Hashtag Lizzo sweep. Outstanding choreography for this.
Oscars.
Dwayne The Rock-
Oscars were so good
Dwayne-
this year.
It's Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson wins this week. He's not nominated for those who are watching on the audio podcast. Outstanding choreography for a scripted program. For scripted programming? What the? Okay.
For scripted, so everything that isn't like.
I think
okay,
that's.
we can keep scrolling. We're gonna be here for 10 years if we don't.
Oh wait, it's
No,
Zoe's
we gotta
Extraordinary
give it to
Christmas.
Schmigadoon, whatever that was.
Schmigadoon.
All right. Outstanding cinematography for a multi-camera series. Are these 3 different shows? Why are there no spaces in between?
I don't know.
Whatever. All right. Cinematography for a single camera series.
Half hour.
Russian Doll.
Sure.
Outstanding cinematography for another single camera show.
Loki.
Squid Game.
Yeah, either
Squad
Squid
Game.
Game or Loki. Actually, Euphoria is actually genuinely really impressive too. One of those shows.
Yeah, but the
Euphoria's got all
penises
those
aren't
neon-
real.
But that's not cinematography. So
Yes, it is.
That's the VFX department.
No. They do like sweeping shots.
as a person who's as the only one of us 3 who's seen the show, that does not happen in that show. All right.
That's because they have bad
Cinematography for a limited
cinematography.
thing.
1883.
Oh no, Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
I give it to Moon Knight.
Is Lizzo's Watch Out for the
I'm giving it
Big
to Moon
Girls.
Knight because I like Moon Knight. And that's how these programs
Oh
work.
my god, how long? We're halfway through the list.
Okay, skipping
Oh my
some stuff.
gosh.
What's next? Outscan? No.
No, just keep scrolling.
Lighting? No.
Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls.
Outstanding period and or character makeup.
Is
What?
Stranger Things on
Star
here?
Trek Picard.
Stranger Things wins, obviously.
Star Trek Picard.
Outstanding
Vecna's
prosthetic
Curse.
makeup.
Star Trek Picard.
That should be Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, yeah, obviously. Wait, what?
Wait,
Oh,
chapter
that's the first
4,
episode.
Dear
Yeah,
Billy.
okay, that works.
No, that's not the first episode.
It's the 4th episode.
That's the 4th episode.
Whatever.
It says chapter 4.
Well, I only read the Dear Billy part, so I just assumed it
Okay.
was the first
Okay, but
episode. Music. Okay, music's actually important.
Loki.
And,
Loki's
yeah,
music was really good.
Loki's the only soundtrack that I've heard all year that I like will play in my head sometimes.
Sure.
And it goes bum 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 bum. You remember that? That was really
Yep.
all right. Outstanding music composition. Blah, 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 blah. Moon Knight.
Something.
Moon Knight was good.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson,
Dwayne
of
The Rock
course.
Johnson is a really good chance.
Actually, Moon Knight had some cool vibes. The Egypt music, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay.
music
Well, let's
was-
just stop now.
it was
We're in
fine.
We're in the.
All right.
Okay,
yeah,
I think we
that's,
can
The only
that's
go.
all of
important
our-
thing here is that the person who worked in Singular Swindler is named Jessica Jones.
Yeah, we're not going to
Guys,
spend any more
we
time
all
on
know that
All right.
Lizzo's
We'll
Watch
talk
Out for the
about
Big
that
Girls
later.
is
We can
gonna
move all this
sweep.
news to next week because we're going over.
Alden Ehrenreich joins
It's
Ironheart.
not that
Cool.
much.
All right, on to movie news. We don't have that much. Also, what do you mean going over? We have 3-hour-long episodes on this show.
I don't want them to be 3 hours.
Well, we've only been going for like 2 hours. We're fine.
It's fine.
All right. Julius Ona is set to direct Captain America 4. He directed Cloverfield Paradox and nothing else that I could find.
Wait, they make. Oh, no.
I mean, he directed other stuff, but nothing anyone else has ever heard of.
Bad choice. Cloverfield Paradox is really stupid and bad.
Yep. Hopefully it's not as stupid and bad as that. Sony Pictures Animation is directing their first ever R-rated film, Fixed, from director Genndy Tartakovsky. So follows a dog who will find out he'll get neutered in the morning. And okay.
What?
So it's about a dog who does a lot of humping of things. Okay.
They're chopping off my balls. Better use them while I got them.
Alrighty.
Gotta bust while I still can.
That is the actual. We're joking. But that is the actual plot of that show.
It's just like an hour and a half of a dog reading a Playboy magazine.
You know that what? You know that one episode of Rick and
That
Morty
sounds
where
like
that's
a,
the
that
plot of
sounds
the
like a
episode,
Rick
but
and
it's
Morty
with Jerry,
concept.
and they spend like 5 seconds on that bit. How on earth do you drag that out into a whole movie?
Because it'll be a contemplation of like whether or not he wants kids. and
Bark,
stuff.
bark, bark,
All
bark.
right, anyway.
Mom, I got
According
a
to the
bus.
Hollywood Reporter, Taika Waititi's Star Wars film is looking to film in early 2023 as the studio hopes the script will be finished in the fall. Cool source. Why don't you... Yeah, okay. Source is, I said so.
No, it was a Hollywood Reporter thing.
Yeah, but it's... if we look at the way that... Hollywood Reporter, they think it might film then because we hope the script might be ready by then. That's like the least reliable thing I've ever heard in my life. All right. Salem's Lot moves from September 9th to April 21st due to COVID-related production delays.
So basically what that means is from about early August to mid-October, the theatrical schedule is almost completely empty of any major films.
Yep. Alrighty. Miss Teller confirms.
Miles Teller.
Miss Teller confirms.
Miles Teller. So Mills Tyler confirms that.
How?
Mills Teller
How
confirms.
did you say Miss? You said Miss.
Because I only looked at the first and last letter and I
Miller's-
ignored the rest.
Who does that?
Miller's Light confirms that he has.
Miller Lite confirms that he had talks with Tom's Cruise about Gundam 3 and says it is definitely possible.
Tom Crud
Yes,
in the
they're
next
going to
movie.
do it at
All
some
right,
point.
yes,
They're
it
going
made
to.
$1 billion kajillion dollars.
Yeah.
They're gonna make
Box
$1 billion
office.
kajillion more of them. All right, box office time. Thor: Love and Thunder opened to $144 million, making it the third highest opening of the year. Minions: The Rise of Gru crosses the 200 million domestic, but takes a 57% drop from week one. Makes sense. The meme
That's
is dying.
okay. It opened like a blockbuster. That's like a normal.
Yeah, that
blockbuster
meme
level
kind of
drop.
died
That
like
means
really
the
quick.
meme is dead, and
Well,
now that makes sense.
The
Yeah,
people were only going to do the meme in the first week.
exactly. That's
So,
what I'm saying.
that makes sense.
This
That-
drop makes sense now that the meme's dead. Top Gun Maverick remains in third place with a 40% drop and will likely be in the top 10 of all time domestic by the end of the month. That makes sense for what is essentially an American propaganda film. Lightyear,
real fast.
Lightyear continues to take a spiraling dump towards the bottom as it barely makes the $100 million hump, which
So it's almost been a month, and Minions made
and it
more
almost
than
made
in
as
a
much as
weekend.
Minions did in the first week.
Yep. Great.
Actually, it almost made half of what Minions did in the first week.
No, Minions week 2 it crossed 200 million. Minions made 200 million in its opening weekend, and it took Lightyear about a month.
Yeah,
And
that's not
Lightyear
good.
is better than Minions,
And
but it's
Lightyear's still pretty bad. So,
It's not great.
all right,
all right.
I think that pretty
Cool.
much wraps everything up for this week.
So we didn't have as much news because we're taping this. We're only a couple days after the last episode. But anyway, we'll be back next week.
Did
to
we acknowledge
talk
that
about...
Patrick wasn't here at all?
Yeah, we did at the very start.
yeah, Patrick was at Trombone Fest.
Yeah, if you're at the Trombone Festival,
Oh, you'd be real
go find
happy to
him.
find Patrick.
Yeah, check
but
him out.
yeah,
You
we'll be
guys
back.
know
All right, Tucker-
it's
Tucker,
it's
shout out
gamer
all the
time.
things.
Thanks, Max, again.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week to talk all of the news and trailers and whatever happens this week in pop culture. We'll also talk about The Gray Man, maybe, if Sam will watch it.
What's the Gray Man?
What is
It's a
that?
Netflix movie that's coming out this week. But anyway,
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that. Why would you expect me
yeah,
to
well-
watch that?
because Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling are in it.
So?
And the Russo
Oh,
brothers-
Chris Evans is in it.
and the
I
Russo
gotta watch.
brothers made it, so it's a big
America.
movie.
Oh, okay. If the Russo
America.
brothers. Okay, well now I might actually.
Okay,
watch it.
anyway, the point is, we'll be back next week. You can follow us on Twitter at McDonMedia. We're also on Instagram as McDonMedia. If you want to listen to the audio version of the show, we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever
Or YouTube Premium if
Or
you
you-
just turn your phone off while
yeah.
you're watching.
or wherever you get your audio podcasts. If you're listening to the audio podcast, we're on YouTube at the McDonCast. You can find clips of the show on the Clips channel in the description below, and you can also find Patrick's Pat News on down there as well. And if you want to watch Sam's sometimes daily Twitch streams,
Okay,
he's
I think
available
that's
at
good.
McDon
I think
Streams.
we're
Yep.
good now. We can go.
Alrighty, bye everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Hit the stop button.